I do record games as well. I'm not recording any video for this, just the audio. I just started it. So I'll probably chop it up, and I keep it as reference so I don't have to take as many notes. But if anyone is interested in the recording, let me know and I can upload it somewhere so you can snag it if anyone wanted to review it.
Twitch stream?
Yeah. And how are you, man? I haven't actually spoken with you yet. How you doing? Thanks for joining us.
I am very well. I'm glad. Appreciate that you're having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy. Thrilled to have you.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Would not dare complain. About to play some D&D.
Second that.
Okay, so as a druid, I can use... How do the spell slots work? Just a refresher.
Yep. Spell slots, let's see. At level 1, you get 3 plus your druid level spells that are that you have prepared. So your druid level is 1. That gives you a total of 4. You have the entire druid spell list, which you can find in the player's handbook or on websites. I see that you've already got. Looks like Shillelagh is a great one. So you can have the entire druid spell list to choose from. You can select 4 spells from that are ready to go. They're prepared. They're kind of like in your pocket. You're ready to reach in your pocket, grab it, and cast it. Just get it out there. So you have 4 that are prepared, but you can only cast 2 first level spells before you're kind of mentally taxed. You're exhausted, and you got to rest. Those are called spell slots. So you've got 4 spells that you can have ready to go, and you can use 2 of them before you got to chillax for a minute. You also have cantrips, which are 0 level spells. They're super, super simple. You have 2 of those. So you go to the druid cantrips list. You can select 2 from there. And those you can cast as often as you want. It's sometimes nice to have kind of a utility-esque spell in cantrips, or something that does, maybe not so much for a druid, but I'm thinking, like as a wizard, something that does damage. So regardless of how many spell slots you have, you've always got something that you can use, But you can also, anytime you level, you can swap these in and out. So if you decide, I picked something and I really don't use this very often, you can get something different. And then starting at 4th level, you have 3 cantrips known. Every level you get more and more spell slots. It becomes much easier to kind of sustain your magic capability for longer.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so if I were to get create or destroy water, would I be able to move it afterwards, or would it just create it?
Just creates or destroys. Doesn't give you a water bending capability.
I think I got my spells and such all set.
All right, cool. So yeah, for the create and destroy water, let's see. You create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range of an open container. Alternatively, the water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing exposed flames in the area. So that's pretty cool. Destroy water, you destroy up to 10 gallons of water. And then at higher levels, it basically becomes a little more potent. You can add an additional 10 gallons worth of water and increases the range by 5 feet. So you can create it, but you can't necessarily control it or articulate exactly. It's still water, it's still going to flow and stuff like that.
Wasn't there a way to for measuring distances, if you hold down a button, you can do it by 5-foot increments?
Yep. If you hit the ruler tool in Roll20 over on the left-hand side, it's probably about halfway down the list. You can grab that and kind of drag it around. On the sheet that you're on,
Right.
yeah, it doesn't do it on 5-foot increments there, just because I don't have a grid enabled on that on that sheet.
Oh, okay. What's the button for that if it ever comes up?
If we're on a map that uses a grid, it'll do it automatically. It'll kind of jump to and lock on a 5-foot distance.
Oh, okay, cool.
And are you guys able to drag your character names from the list to the right out onto that map? Or onto that Lost Mines of Phandelver? There we go, there's one. Made tokens, I want to make sure they work.
Hi, I have a question.
Yep.
I have a spell in this druid level 1 spell list that I have, but it isn't in the Roll20 thing.
What's the spell?
Ice Knife.
A few of my spells weren't in there either. I just had to like make it in the Roll20 interface.
Yeah, Roll20 doesn't have everything. Ice Knife is a PHP one, though. I would think it would be in there.
Ooh, pizza's here. God bless.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't see Ice Knife in there either. All right, so we're 15 minutes past. When he gets back from pizza, we'll go ahead and get Crackalacken.
Yeah.
If anyone has any questions, obviously throw them out there. You know, I expect the first session or two is going to be paced a lot slower, just because we're still asking questions. But we've also got some adventuring to do. So grab your drinks, do your poops, and whatever else you need. And when he gets back from pizza, we'll get started.
It's a good idea to mute the Roll20 mic stuff, right? So we don't have like feedback.
Yeah, I do. I turn the inbound and outbound, everything in Roll20 off. That's just me. I also set it to names only, so I don't have the huge like graphics, the icons and stuff down at the bottom.
Well, how do you do that?
It's near the, let's see, it's under chat avatars. If you go to settings, go about 2/3 down. It says chat avatars, player, video, and avatar size. Set it to names only.
Right. So much better.
Yeah, they're huge. Makes sense if it's everyone's face, and I'm cool doing camera too. But for right now, if we're not doing that, let's save the real estate.
Right.
You guys have a good night, the pizza man says, as if I didn't just order a large pizza for myself.
Oh, he's in the world.
Nice, that's classy.
But dude, leftovers.
All right, we ready to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
See.
Wait, what about our like downtime RP stuff? Do we like? How's that gonna fit into what we're doing now?
depending on what you put in there, I might add stuff from it to the campaign. There's not anything in there right now I think that would affect anything that I've got planned. But what is there something specific that you wanted to bring up?
No, you mentioned using it, so it's just for, like, your notes and our notes, basically?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
If you put something there, it may spark something in my brain, and we might go a different direction.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with part 1 of Lost Mines of Phandelver. In the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough-and-tumble settlement of Phandalin, a couple days' travel southeast of the city. Gundren was clearly excited, and more than a little secretive, about the reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brother had found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandalin. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You've spent the last few days following the high road south of Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. So, looking at you guys, who do you think is driving? Hey man, 10 gold, that's serious monies.
Is it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh sure, at level 1, that's a bank load. Who do you think is, or which one of you would like to drive the wagon?
Pulling it or driving it?
I think like steering the horses, right?
Specifically driving. There are two mules that you guys have pulling this wagon.
How long of a trip is it? Because is it something we could take turns doing, or?
Yeah, sure. And it's several days worth of travel. I want to say probably 4. So let me actually throw you over to a map. All right. So if we zoom out here, you guys are in Neverwinter, and you are heading down to Phandalin. You see Phandalin kind of down at the bottom center of the exposed area of the map, and you're coming down the high road, and then you're heading east on the dotted line, the Tribor Trail. So this is going to take several days. This is after a couple days on the high road. You've veered east. You're now on the Tribor Trail, heading to Phandalin. So, I mean, you're still, you're camping out and things like that. So you guys can absolutely alternate on and off if you wanted to.
I'll take first round
I'll do
of
second.
driving.
I'll also be driving at times.
Okay, all right. Who do you think is driving right now?
Me.
All right. So Torin is driving the wagon. The rest of you, do you see yourselves as kind of more riding or walking alongside? Is anyone scouting ahead? Is anyone watching your back? Anything like that?
I'm just kind of on the wagon, just playing a little bit of music.
All right, cool. Trying to pass the time, entertain everybody?
Layla will be ahead.
Okay. So Layla's kind of got point. Torin is driving the wagon. Sarbin is on the wagon, kind of serenading everybody. What about the rest of you?
I would probably be on the wagon as well, just sitting.
All right, cool.
I'm walking next to it, just kind of taking in the beautiful creation.
Okay, all right, good deal. Walking next to it, taking in the beautiful creation. I dig
Alright,
it.
is there anything I see out in front of me?
Well, so as you are going down the road, I have got a little something to read to you. You've been on the Tribor Trail for about half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. And you should see the map swap over. We have got
Whoa.
2 mules and a cart. We've got 2 dead horses laying in the road. Everyone go ahead and position yourselves on the map by dragging your characters from the bar on the right over to the map and throw yourselves where you think you are. So if you're riding on the wagon, put yourself up on the wagon. Layla's taking point. Cool.
How do I move myself?
Can you click your icon and move it?
I guess I can.
You're on the ruler right now. Up there at the top, you see the mouse button.
Oh, good man. Yep. So on the, did you get it? You're able to move?
Yep.
All right, cool. Okay, so everyone's kind of positioned around. Layla, you have spotted these 2 horses, and we see those up here. If you want to ping the map, you just hold down your click, and it'll pop up a little circle with your color. So Layla, you're taking point. This is what you guys see. What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna hold my hand up. I'm not gonna say anything. I just want them to hold behind me because I would see this first, I think.
Okay, yep, that makes sense, yeah, that you would see it first.
I do want to look from where I am. Do I see the arrows in it? I mean, can I obviously discern that there are arrows sticking out of the horses?
Yes, absolutely, you see those.
Okay, I want to look up on the embankments because I want to make sure that nobody's sitting there staring at us with arrow trains on us.
That is not a bad idea. Okay. So what do you do? Go ahead and you can move your... Right now, we're not in an initiative order, and we're not in any kind of combat or anything like that. So you can go ahead and move yourself around.
So just
How
to make
high
sure... Or go ahead.
How high is that embankment there?
The embankment's about 10 feet, and it's because it's raining, it's kind of slick, it's muddy.
Oh, okay.
I stopped the cart.
Okay, so the cart has stopped. Layla's kind of tentatively moving up to the horses here. All right. Now, you said that you wanted to make sure that someone wasn't training arrows on you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think you would do that?
I'd look in the trees first. I know.
All right, that's fair. Cool.
Yeah,
Go-
it'd be
go
obvious it'd be obvious if they're standing on top of the embankments, we could see them, but I would look for the trees.
All right, so you don't see anyone standing on top of the embankments. If you're looking to see if anyone might be concealing themselves, go ahead and roll me a perception check. To do that with Roll20, you can, if you've got your character sheet set up there. Oh my God! With your wretched 1. Oh, let's do a. Hold on, I got a fumble chart here.
Wait a moment. I rolled a 17, but it's a -1 because of my wisdom.
Oh, the what you're seeing there when you roll is it's actually rolling for advantage automatically. You take the first value unless you have advantage on the roll. If you have disadvantage, you take the lower of the 2, regardless of which one that is.
Oh,
So,
ouch.
yeah, the first one was a 1. So let's see. Let's see now. We're gonna. Go ahead and roll me a D100. And you can do that a couple different ways. You can type /R D100, or there's actually a tool over on the left-hand side. It looks like a D20. If you hit that, it should pop up an advanced roll or a dice roller box, and you can select D100 from the list and hit roll.
Guys, this isn't good.
Starting off on a good track.
Yeah. Goes out to investigate the very first thing she sees, and...
Get shot.
What happens? Shot in the face? No,
A
probably.
beholder appears.
I knew it.
For a perception check? Oh my god.
I want to see that D100 Layla.
I rolled. I got a 15.
Oh, a 15. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So you are looking up towards the embankment, and you're kind of you're squinting. You're trying to make sure that that no one's watching you. You sure wouldn't want to be ambushed. And all of a sudden, there's this beetle, and it's flying by, and it just nails you right in the eye.
Right in the eyeball.
Right in the eyeball. Everyone, go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. Are
you
you there a way
kidding
to
me?
do that?
Yes, there
To
is.
fight the beetle.
Oh, no, we're not fighting the beetle. So on your character sheets in Roll20, if you see your initiative score, if you just click where it says initiative, it should roll it for you automatically. If you're doing it manually, go ahead and roll your dice, and you'll add or roll a d20, and you'll add your dexterity modifier to it.
Sweet.
All right, we got let's see.
Boy, it'd be a shame if we were ambushed.
That would be tragic. All right, hang on one second. Your rolls. We need to talk about those and how they are not fantastic.
Listen,
Okay.
we just started.
Yes, you did. All right, and for me, 14. All right. And 16, cool. All right, so I'm tied with Layla. Layla, you're going to go first. All right, so up at the to the north end of the area, as Layla's kind of trying to wipe this beetle out of her frickin' eye, you see there are two goblins come jumping out of the bushes. They move down. Both of them have kind of crude little short bows, and one of them snorts at the other one and kind of barks something in Goblin. It's like, hey, baby. And both of them take aim at this temporarily blinded Layla, and they're going to fire their short bows at her and hopefully not kill her.
Oh, God.
All right, so the first one, I'm just going to explain what's going on. The first one rolled an attack of 8, which is less than your AC, if I remember correctly. What is your armor class?
14.
All right, so that one did not hit. Second one does, for 5 piercing damage. So the first one shoots his arrow, and as you are kind of just wiping furiously, you hear the goblin chittering to the north of you, and you're wiping this beetle out of your face. You bend forward as you try to get this thing off of you, and an arrow soars straight over your head. The rest of your party behind probably gasps, "Goblins!" in shock, as the other one, who was aiming more for center mass, is able to hit you, and that arrow digs into your armor. It doesn't pierce you too incredibly deep, but it's kind of sticking out of your leather. You are wearing leather armor, is that right?
Yes.
Sticking out of your leather armor. He jumps up in the air and kind of swings his bow in the air, obviously very excited with his victory in felling this giant woman with the crazy rain dance that she's doing over here. And he chitters to the other one. And, all right. Layla, it is your turn.
I speak Goblin, just so you know, for the future reference.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, 10 feet up, is that, can I try to climb up the embankment?
Absolutely. Yep.
So for my movement, I want to attempt to do that.
Okay. So heading up the embankment, because it is steep and it's raining, the 10 feet that it would take to get up the embankment is going to count as 20. So you can move 10 up to it and then climb up 20. It's called difficult terrain. It just means that it takes twice the movement speed to pass that section. And let's see. Anthony, you said that you spoke Goblin?
No, that was me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who?
Torin.
Torin.
Pizza.
Okay. Okay. All right. Torin. Let's see. What's the best way? I'm going to do this. Hold on. So I pulled you down into another room for a sidebar. The first goblin basically screamed out, kill the, shoot at the big one, talking about Layla. The second one is calling out to somebody else and telling them to get behind the rest of you. I'm throwing you back up to the other channel. And it's up to you how you want to present that information to the group. You guys can talk outside of your turn within reason. Talking is called a free action. You can just, yell out, yell suggestions, things like that. Obviously, you can't pause and do, strenuous battle plans and things because you are under fire by 2, maybe, goblins. But, all right, Layla, go ahead.
So my movement, it's about, what?
We'll say that's 10.
10
That's
feet,
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
And then it'll be 20, so my whole action will be me getting up
Okay.
on top of that, because that'll be 30 total.
Yep, you can do that. Absolutely. Now, let me ask you a question. So that's your movement speed, right? We've got other actions that we can do as well, one of those being an attack. I'm sure you'd love to get close to one of these goblins and hit it, right?
Trust me, I would, but I can't get there.
You can't get there. So what you can do is you can ready your action. You can say that in the event that a specific something happens, in this case, like a goblin comes within reach of you, you're ready to hit it. So you can't spend your action now because you're not close enough, but you can ready it and be ready for when you can use it.
Oh, that's perfect. Then yes,
Cool.
I will do that.
All right. Okay.
And that's me.
Next up, we have got Torin. Torin, what are you doing?
Would climbing off of the wagon count as like an action or something?
Nope. Nope. You could jump down from that for free.
Alright, I jump down and I scream, "They're coming from behind!" And then, I look around behind our group and look for some goblins or something.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. See if you can spot anything coming up behind you. Nice. Hold on.
Nice.
Yep. So you see, standing at the edge of the brush, there is another goblin who was concealed that looked like he's got a dagger out, and he was sneaking up behind you guys. You heard the first goblin yell out, requesting or suggesting that the other... I see a lot of laser pointers on that other goblin now. The other goblin had called out for someone to get behind you guys. Torin speaks Goblin, so he understood that. That's what I pulled him down into the other room to tell him. But yeah, he points out this other goblin. When you guys turn around to look, you see that yes, there is indeed another goblin standing there.
Okay.
So you've got your movement, and you can still go ahead and do your action or whatever else.
Okay, so I move toward it.
All right.
I cast Shillelagh
Okay.
on my quarterstaff and hit it.
All right. And Shillelagh is a bonus action, right? If I'm
I think.
correct.
Maybe.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. Yep. So you can do that as a... So you've got your movement action done, your attack action done, your bonus action done. Good deal. All right. Go ahead and swing at this dude. This goblin, he sees you, he's a little pissed off that he wasn't able to get up behind this wizard who was standing there looking all squishy at the back. So this little gnome comes charging around, the cart, and this goblin, he's narrowed his eyes, and he had his dagger in his teeth as he was kind of moving through the bushes here. Sees you coming, pulls the dagger out, and he's ready to throw down. So go ahead and roll me an attack.
Okay, first. Okay, so it says that Shillelagh, I can use my spellcasting ability instead of strength.
You got
to
it.
be attacked. So
Yep.
how do I do that?
So you would, you're talking about if you're using your character sheet?
Or just in general?
So you would roll, to roll an attack action, you would normally roll your d20 plus your proficiency modifier, assuming you're proficient with a weapon, which in this case you are, with your quarterstaff. And then you would roll your strength modifier. Because Shillelagh gives you the option to use your wisdom modifier instead, you roll a d20, you'll add 2 for your proficiency, and then you'll add whatever your wisdom modifier is. Okay, so an 8, and an 8 does not. What you're trying to do is you're trying to hit his AC. He has got a value that represents his kind of his defenses. You're trying to roll higher than that. In this case, you did not. So you come around, and you're now kind of toe to toe with this goblin. He rips the dagger out of his mouth, and as you bring your quarterstaff around, try to bring it down on his head, he's able to deflect the blow and kind of pushes your quarterstaff off to the side. He's got his dagger in his hand now, and he's looking right at you, eye to eye, shorty to shorty, and he screams out. He's pissed. All right, Anthony, is your turn.
Okay, let's see. Am I able to see the 2 goblins over here from where I am right now?
Yeah, sure, you can see him.
Okay, well, the gnome did just save me from getting stabbed, so I would like to throw a firebolt at that goblin right there.
Okay, go for it. Cool.
May I use my inspiration?
Yes, you may.
Okay, what do you want me to do for that? A D6 or?
You just re-roll it. It just gives you advantage on something.
Which one do you want me to take? The 11?
Which one do you think you should take? Let's say, you rolled your inspiration, right? You decided, hey, I don't want that first roll. I'm going to roll with inspiration. Let's go ahead with the 25. We'll talk about crits.
Okay, I want to do 25.
You crit the goblin. Okay, good deal. Roll me some damage. And you should be able to, where it says Firebolt +5, down there at the bottom of that little window, just click the Firebolt there. We'll take whichever one's higher, but go ahead and click the Firebolt, and it should roll the damage for you. Where it actually set in the chat, where it says 24 and 20, see where it says Firebolt down at the bottom? Oh, it derped.
Oh, yes.
There we go. So,
Okay, there.
I click it and I get a 10. Go ahead and click it, and we'll take the higher.
That would be a 10.
Okay, cool. And let me see this guy. Okay, so it's a crit, which means you roll your damage dice twice. So that was 1d10, so you get 2d10 damage on him.
17 total.
All right. Would you like to tell me how this goblin erupts in flame and dies?
I would like the fireball to spring out of my palm and hit the goblin square in the chest and just fly him back.
Nice. Okay.
I try to hit him with a stick, I miss, and then he hits him square and explodes him.
You had him distracted, though. I mean, right? It was all part of your plan.
Yeah, it's part of my master plan, really.
Yeah, God, you are a brilliant tactician. All right, Anthony, anything else on your turn? Did you want to move at all?
I would like to move on top of the cardigan, try to get a better
Okay,
view of
cool.
the two goblins on top of that ridge.
Nice. Okay. All right. And Z, what do you do?
You said it's 10 to get up the... No, 20.
Yep. 20 to kind of scramble up there.
And I can see these goblins over here?
Yes. Yeah, you can see them. Sure.
Like, in other words, I can make a range attack?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw a dart at this one.
Okay, cool. Go for it. Nice. Well, that's definitely a hit. And if you click dart, it should do your damage. All right. Now, what is the distance of that goblin?
Oh, that's a good question.
So he's 50 feet. Your dart does 20, 60 on distance. So what that means is anything over 20 gets disadvantage, which means it would actually be the 8, unless you wanted to move up some first. You'd have to move, let's see. You could get right to the top here. That wouldn't be a problem, because you can get 10 feet over and then 20 feet up. You could also ready your action just like Layla is for these guys to come closer and hold off on actually throwing that if you wanted to. That way you're not taking disadvantage on the attack.
Yeah, I guess I will hold.
Hold the action. That way when he comes within 20 feet of you, you're going to let that dagger go.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. All right, Sarbin. Are you still jamming? And he's offline. We will throw him back into the initiative order. All right, so we're going to hold off on Sarbin's turn. It's his turn. He just went offline. I just saw him pop out of the voice chat. So the two goblins that are closest...
He's back.
Oh, he's back. Okay. We'll let him hop back in here.
Maybe.
Maybe indeed. Maybe not.
Welcome back.
Heyo. You there, Zesty? There you go.
Dear God, I don't know what just happened there.
It became your turn. The hype was too real, and you died.
Everything's just...
You didn't really die.
My internet just suddenly decided to not work for a few minutes? I don't know. I think it's back now, so...
Are you back in Roll20?
Let's see, I wonder if I can... So the goblin behind us is dead, correct?
Yes. Yeah, he is in flames. The bush is actually starting to kind of... It would probably catch on fire if it wasn't raining.
Damn. Okay, I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery, targeting the goblin right here.
All right.
So,
If I'm not mistaken, I need to save, right? I need to do a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
That's a good call for a goblin.
Oh man, that's the
And
max
a 4. Great. So I did not beat your DC. Just to review rules, so he casts a spell that doesn't require him to make an attack. He's successful automatically, but I have the opportunity to resist it. So his spell save DC, okay. His spell save DC is a 13, which means that I have to roll a 13 or higher on the applicable skill to resist that. I rolled a 4 because I'm a shitty goblin. So let's see. You unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If the target can hear you, let's see. Though it need not understand you, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw, take 1d4 psychic damage, and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. So you vicious mockery this guy. What do you say to him to piss him off?
Oh shit.
You're basically
1 sec.
sending him into a blind rage. He's going to be
Right.
super PO'd.
I'm gonna look up this Shakespearean insult generator.
Nice. Layla's sitting here just drooling, waiting for this goblin to come close. Because now it's got disadvantage, and she has a ready to action.
Okay, I say, thou artless, rump-fed blind worm.
Oh my god.
I know
Language.
this-
Uh,
I'm sorry.
he
God.
thinks he knows what most of those words mean. And in a blind rage... Anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna move a little closer to the goblins.
All right.
And that'll be it.
Okay, so as you are charging up at him, calling him Worm, not cool, man, by the way, he was kind of gunning for Layla because she was close. He's going to try to get past her and wreck your shit. So let's see if he can.
I swear to God.
Yep. So you are within his, you're within his movement because it doesn't take anything to go down the embankment. So he is going to... Layla's going to get some freebies here. So he's going to move up, and as he enters Layla's reach, Layla, you get an attack on him because you had your ready to action. And while he is coming up, this one is going to charge her as well, which I believe brings him in range of Zai. Is it Z? Zai? How do I say that?
Sigh.
Zai, cool.
So do I have to roll for me to hit or miss?
Yep. You still so you get an attack as a reaction. So you still have to swing and hit, and then you'll roll for damage. So you could potentially miss. And I'm
What
sorry.
do I need to click
Not
for that? And
should be able to click your if you have. Let me take a look at your sheet real quick. If you've got a weapon set, like your longsword +3, 1d8 plus 1 slashing, should be able to hit that. All right, so a 9 would miss. And let me ask you a question while I'm looking at your sheet. You've got, let's see, hold on. Okay. So you have got you've got 12 strength, 16 dexterity. I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you. Long swords use strength. Short swords can use either strength or dex. So if you switch your long swords to short swords, you actually have a +5 attack versus +3.
well, let's just fix that later.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and for what we're doing tonight, anytime you use your longsword, whatever that attack is, go ahead and add the additional +2 that you would get, and we'll just pretend that you're using short swords. But even with an 11 on that attack, still not high enough to hit him. And he scrambles down the embankment, and that is a 10-foot distance, kind of down. So because he is leaving your reach, you can use your reaction, if you like, to roll an attack of opportunity. So you would get yet another attack, and you would do it exactly the same way. Roll your attack just like you did, and we'll see if you hit him. This is as he's scampering by. So you get to hit him once, and that definitely hits. So you get to hit him or swing at him once because you had a ready to action for when he came close. Now he's moving past you and away. So you get an opportunity attack as he leaves your area. With a 15, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll me damage. Nice. And with the 7, you flavor it. So this guy comes scampering towards Sarbin, And as he scrambles past you down this embankment, what do you do to him to relieve him of his life?
With one of my short swords, I just backhand swing, chop his little head off.
Nice. And his head comes right off of his shoulders. It tumbles down. His body lands at the bottom of this embankment. The head rolls to the ground. It rolls to a stop at Sarben's feet. It is still looking him in the eye, pissed. But he is very much dead. This other goblin, on their turn, has moved up towards you. That brings him in range of Zai. So Zai, you can go ahead and roll your ranged attack. And while you are doing that, the two that you had not yet spotted, that are south of you, one of them is scurrying down the bank.
Whoa.
He is actually, no, he's not. He's going to stay right up there. And this one is going to charge over towards the mules and see if he can scare them into fleeing. Okay, and yep, Zai definitely hits with a 19. Go ahead and roll me. Oh, and it's 4 piercing damage. Okay, so Zai, you've got your dart, and you just fling that thing. Sticks right in the goblin side. He kind of reaches down, grabs it, snarls at you, and throws it down to the ground. As he, with Layla's back to him, he's going to take a swing at her with his scimitar.
Does it not +5? So, oh wait, 19 is not fair.
All right, and he rolls a damn 1.
He does not hit.
And let's see what he does. What the fuck? Okay. So this is just a homebrew chart I found online. And 86, it says, Panic Attack. You immediately suffer the effects of the confusion spell for 1 round. So
Oh, poor guy.
he swings at you with his snarly, and he sees you as you decapitate his buddy, and his head just goes rolling. And he's looking at you. He's looking at his dead buddy. He's not really used to fighting one-on-one. He's now been hit in the side with a dart. He's kind of freaking out. And as he swings at you, the rain has loosened his grip, and his sword just goes, or his scimitar, goes flying out of his hand down the embankment. He is a little nervous. This other one that's over by the mules is going to try to scare them. So I'm going to roll a... Let's see. We'll roll him a con. Are you fucking kidding me? Another 1, and he got a 0. All right. Well, so this goblin comes charging up towards the mules, and he's just screaming at them. You kind of let's see. Torin understands this as something about tasty 4-legged dinner buffets or something. He's planning on eating these things potentially. They freak out. Some thunder crashes in the distance. They both rear up and they stomp the shit out of him, and he dies.
Beautiful.
Because he is a piece of crap. The last one that's up here is going to take a shot at Sarben with his bow. Wait for it. And crit. So he's going to do a hot 4 damage because he's a little bitch. Really? 1d6 and another d6. A 1. Oh my god. I rolled 2 1s again. I crit and rolled 2 1s on damage. This is fucking rough, man.
You doubled your damage.
Well, where's his plus
Good
2?
job.
Oh, that is plus 2. What? Yeah, for the 3. Jesus. All right. So he sends the weakest arrow over towards Sarben, and it hits you. You're pretty sure I don't know. Maybe it didn't. It kind of, it's probably going to bruise, but it didn't break your armor. It kind of bounced. It didn't even embed itself in you. It just kind of bounces off and falls to the ground. Feeling inept and horrified, he runs. He's going to use his movement. He's going to run back into the bushes here. And he is going to kind of vanish back there. And for the moment...
Does Layla get a shot on him? Because, like, she's really near him?
Nope, this is the one that's down at the south. He was the one that was up on the embankment.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry, this one up here by Layla. Oh, I'm sorry, no, he's still alive. Excuse me. He just threw his weapon because he's a piece of crap. But now it is Layla's turn. Excuse me, yeah, so there is still one goblin in play.
Okay, so I fixed my short swords.
Cool, okay. $15 is definitely a hit. And I'm assuming you want to attack with both weapons, is that right?
Yes, and I know since I took the...
Dual weapon fighter?
Yeah, the 2-weapon fighting, I get... Hold on, I gotta pull my... Well, you know, you rolled a fighter, but yeah. Okay.
Nice. All right. Now, you still have to roll the attack for the second one. So they do attack independently of one another. They both don't get the 15, so you still got to roll the attack for the second one. And that is still rolling strength. Let me see. I'm going to take a look at your sheet real quick. And both of them hit, and he's probably screwed. But I'm guessing that the short sword, it's defaulting to strength, so we just need to change it to dexterity. Yep. See where it says, there you go.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I did not mean to do that.
That's fine. Well, you definitely got him, and for 8. So what do you do to this dude? He's very scared.
I know. I turn back around. With one sword, I just plunge it into his chest, and the other one, I do the same exact thing on the opposite side of his chest.
That's not very kind, but that's fine.
Oh well.
Okay, so you've got your swords embedded in this guy. Life just kind of falls from his. It just kind of fades from his eyes as he was terrified of this giant monster woman, and he falls to the ground dead. The other has disappeared into the trees, and we are out of combat. What do you guys do?
I jump back on the cart and go away really fast. I mean, like, after other people get on and stuff.
I would like to loot him. Is there anything on him?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't do that.
Okay. The goblins have, they've all got some really garbage, they've all got their scimitars. Between all of them, there's probably about 10 arrows. There's no cash on them. They have, one of them has a pocket full of, it looks like some kind of mushroom, and another has got, looks like a child's doll, but the face has been kind of almost like rubbed off. It's just really kind of old and ratty. He's got it, it's actually hidden up underneath his tunic. He might have been hiding it from his buddies. But yeah, there's nothing else of note specifically on them.
I'm gonna try to take the mushroom.
Okay, yeah. You gather some mushrooms. Do you have any kind of nature skill? Or did you want to
nature
use...
skill is 3.
Okay, do you want to go ahead and roll a... You can roll a nature, see if you can determine, if they're used for anything.
Okay.
Cool. You see them, and you know that these mushrooms, there are 3 of them. They're used to... it's kind of like a mild pain reliever. You can either chew them to remove, headache or nausea, or you can chew them and rub them on a wound just to soothe itches and burns and things like that.
Alright, I'll just put them in my pack.
All right, so you can add that either to your individual inventory, and I also made a treasure handout for you guys. All of you should have access to edit that. If you wanted to log what you got and from where, that's totally up to you guys. Same thing with the Tome of Lore. If you want to add notes and things like that from the session, and those are open to everyone to edit. You're welcome to use those however you might like, if at all.
I'm gonna reclaim my dart.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you pick up your dart. It smells. It's a little stanky.
I clean it.
Well, that smell won't come off for days. It's goblin. These things reek, and they've been wet. Who knows where they've been kind of hiding and waiting.
I'm going to yell over to the party and be like, hey, we got to get these dead horses out of the way.
I'm gonna take the arrows and I'm gonna keep them.
The arrows that are in the horses, or the arrows from the goblins?
From the goblins.
Okay. They are the same black feathered arrows that are in the horses as well. So you know that these horses were definitely felled by goblins. Let's see. So as you approach these, the horses, you can tell that these are actually the horses that belong to Gundren and Sildar, the two that you were heading to Phandalin to meet.
Oh shit.
I look for their footsteps somewhere around.
The rain looks like it's kind of washed away any footsteps. There's definitely a lot of... These horses have been dead for a couple days, so you're a little bit behind them. It's definitely theirs, but the horses, it looks like they had been probably killed right here on the road, but then dragged specifically to block the path. You also notice that the saddlebags themselves have been looted, and nearby, in the mud, very out of place, is an empty leather map case. What are y'all thinking?
I would like to roll an investigation check to see
Excellent.
if I can see who or what may have taken it.
Okay, all right, yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation.
While he's doing that, I would like to gingerly bring up the cart closer to the rest of the party.
Sure, all right. The donkeys are pretty much over their little goblin encounter. One of them even started to kind of chew on the goblin that's at his feet. It's a little gross. But you're able to kind of kick that thing out of the way and move the cart up. As you are looking around, are you looking for anything in specific, Z? Or just kind of surveying the scene?
You said there's an empty map case.
Mhm.
I'm trying to inspect it. Maybe it's got goblin fingerprints on it, or some other kind of fingerprints on it.
Does it smell like goblin?
Yeah, I'm just trying to investigate it, see if I can.
The
tell
map
what
case itself, as you pick it up, it's got the lid. It's kind of a tube, a leather tube. As you open it up, you can smell the aroma. It smells like you've smelled this before. It is Gundren's pipe smoke. This is probably his. You didn't necessarily ever see him with this, but he smokes a very fine tobacco, and you pick that smell up immediately. Looking around, you can tell that the horses, where they have the arrows in them, they were hit from either side, which means that the goblins here were probably standing on either side of the road, ambushed them when they weren't expecting it, and you don't see the bodies. You also don't see any of their equipment nearby, so it wasn't like they were looted or something like that. It looks like everything of value has been taken away somewhere.
Should we search the surrounding areas? I mean, they could be nearby.
Could certainly do that.
What do you guys think?
Can I see, like, drag marks where they're, like, trying to haul off this stuff? Like, I know you said we couldn't see footsteps because it's raining,
Mhm.
but drag marks of any kind probably
Sure.
would stay a little bit.
Yeah, let's see. So now you were investigating kind of the horses in that situation. There is the road itself is pretty traveled, but there's definitely some footprints around. Some of it is goblin. Some of it is other critters. Does anyone want to roll any kind of investigation or anything like that for the surrounding area?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll do the same.
All right,
Yeah,
you guys
why
want to tell me, and we can I can get one of you to help the other, if you want. If one of you would like to roll, and the other one is helping, we'll give you advantage on that roll. So the two of you together, working together, have pulled that 15. Let's see. So as you're looking up near kind of the north end of the map, right up here where the goblins jumped out of the woods, you see that there is it looks like almost like a little trap door kind of back in this bush in the ground.
Maybe you should go in there.
Um,
That was really bad, and I apologize.
That was
no,
that
it was good.
fantastic.
It's a safe space here. You're okay.
Yeah, no judgment.
So
Do ensure it's not trapped, please.
Ooh.
Yes,
And-
I roll for trap checking.
All
What
right.
is that?
So checking for traps. Traps can. There's actually several. To check to see if something is trapped is an investigation, and then disarming it or trying to determine how the trap works. Those are all different rolls. So go ahead and roll me an investigation on the trap. Okay, and you look at this. It looks like it's almost just a very kind of shoddily constructed wooden frame lashed together with like some burlap or fabric stretched over it, covered in leaves. This is very low-tech, obvious goblin, and from the smell, you can pretty much tell that this is probably where they lay in wait, waiting for passersby. It does not appear that there is any trap on the door, though.
Alright, someone less squishy than me should probably go in there and look at it.
Here, I'll take a peek.
All right. And now, don't feel that you guys have to move around the map here. We can move kind of in and out. The maps are great for positioning and fighting and stuff like that. But if we're not actively, needing to worry about judging distance and stuff like that, run with it. Use your imagination. So, okay, Layla, how do you enter this? You've got this kind of trap door, almost like a little burrow underneath this bush. You can, you move the branches of the nearby bushes back so that you have, enough range to kind of swing this thing open. What do you do?
Okay, I still want to keep one short sword drawn.
Okay.
And I want to position myself so that way whenever it does swing out, I am at least shielded by some of the door
Okay, cool.
in
That
case
makes sense.
something does pop out.
All right.
But I do just yank it open.
You just yank it open. As you do, nothing jumps out, nothing screams, nothing. But as you yank this thing open, a powerful aroma of goblin hits your face, and you
My, isn't
want
that
to
pungent?
heave. Roll me a Constitution save.
can I yell out something at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. That's good.
Sorry, there you go.
All right. So 14, you resist the urge to hurl over everything. Barely. It is nasty in there.
I wanted to say we need to be careful because if the other goblin ran, He's more than likely also in a hole, and we don't know if that's connected or not.
Very
And
true.
if so, how many are down there?
Very
Well-
true.
We should. Can we cover this up with anything? So that way no one comes up.
What do y'all think? What do you have? This is probably like a 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot hole in the ground with a very small door. So it's big enough for a goblin, small enough to conceal. If you wanted to try to fill it with something, absolutely. What would you do it with, though?
I have some mushrooms.
How about
Yeah.
a dead horse?
Oh,
Ooh.
We're gonna drag
Can-
a dead horse out the.
let's drag a dead horse.
And we're gonna beat it on the way.
Oh, goodness. Someone had to take the low-hanging fruit.
Well, look,
be
we have mules. Let's just unhitch one and tie it up
And kill it and put it on the trap door, exactly.
and kill it and put it on the trap door.
All right. So you guys want to move... Oh, there we go. You want to move one of the horses up to the trapdoor and stuff it down in this goblin hole. Is that what I'm getting?
I mean,
Okay,
Do we want
before I do that, I look inside the goblin hole and see if there's tunnels anywhere.
All right. As you look down there, you see that there is... the tunnel goes down into kind of a smallish area. There's a tunnel heading north and another tunnel heading to the south. One heading, north and kind of up and away from you, and one heading back down towards the road.
Do you guys not want to check it out? Because I do.
Is it big enough for us?
Yeah, if it's 2 foot by 2 foot.
Yeah, it would be a squeeze, but I think everyone here is medium or small, so you guys would be able to kind of squeeze down in there.
Torin,
And I
go
mean,
for it.
Torin, there you go. Yeah, you're made
It's
for
all
this.
you, buddy.
I jump down in the hole and run full speed. No. I jump down into the hole and I go southwards.
Okay, so you jump down in the hole. As you hit the bottom of
Don't
it,
go too far.
there. Oh, okay. So let's continue. What do you have any plan to not go too far? You guys talk it out.
No,
What's your strategy
just
here?
gonna walk.
Just gonna.
Walk until I see something.
All right. So you
we may, if you get into trouble, yell something out. We need a code word.
Or just say help.
safe words, Alabama.
Hot
That
dog.
also helps.
Safe word is help.
Safe words help. Okay, that's fair.
Well, we can't do much if he's down there alone. I mean, who else can fit down there?
I think Anthony could. Come on. Come squeeze in here with me. It'll be a tight fit, but it will make it work.
Okay, I follow him.
Nice. All right. So, Torin, as you drop down, you hit kind of the ground with a splash. Some of the rainwater has kind of seeped down in here, and it's made the ground really soft and mucky. It smells like a sewer, basically. The goblins have definitely been... They probably spent a lot of time in here. There's also lots of little goblin trinkets, like rib cages from birds, and little bits of... refuse and torn linens and things like that probably came off of passersby. Nothing that you would probably put much value to, but things that are just amazing treasures to goblins. So as you splish down in there, Anthony, you're going in right behind him?
Yes.
All right. Anthony, you hit the ground kind of with the same thing. The extra weight... You kind of, your boots threaten to kind of pull themselves off. It's so wet down here. And if you would like to move forward, you certainly can, but you're going to have to crouch. It's going to cut your speed down a little bit because this is a little man's hole.
I actually take one of the birds' rib cages and add it to my backpack.
Okay,
You never
cool.
know when you never know when you're gonna need a bird's rib cage.
Okay,
How-
that sounds
How
good.
dark is it down there?
It is incredibly dark. Once, do you guys both have dark vision? I'm sorry, Anthony, you're a
I
human.
do not.
All right, so Anthony,
I
if you'd like to
will-
see down here, you would need some kind of light source.
I will cast light.
Okay.
Gentlemen, do you need a rope in case you need to find your way back?
I could like make some little marks on the wall.
Zesty, you going in?
I have an explorer's pack. Does that have a rope in it?
Yes, I believe it does.
Yeah, that's what I was
Put it on there
thinking.
anyway.
Alright, then that's fine. We can
Might
get
go
out.
well.
Yep, Explorer's pack has got 50 feet of hempen rope. All right,
And
so
if we need to, I can tie the end of mine to it.
cool. All right.
I doubt it's more than 50 feet.
Or is it?
I meant like down. Like we
Oh
just
yeah,
kinda
it's
jumped in.
it's probably
Oh.
about 5 feet down. It's not very
I
deep.
was thinking more like if it's horizontally, if it's like long, and if there's multiple passageways, if
Oh,
you guys
meant
get
like
lost.
A labyrinth.
Yes.
All right, so let's see. I just want to make sure I know where everyone is. We've got Torin is down in the hole, kind of leading the way. And you said, Torin, you cast light. Is that right?
Or
No.
Anthony did.
No, Anthony,
Anthony.
did.
Anthony did. Excuse me. Anthony, what did you cast light on?
I have a small knife in my scholar's pack. I guess I will put it on that.
Okay, cool. So you cast light, and it illuminates the immediate area. You see that hanging from the ceiling, there's like little, they're like shoddily carved effigies, feathers tied to string, tied to pieces of wood, tied to stone. These are definitely some kind of like tribal artifacts. You're welcome to investigate them further and see if you can tell what they mean. But again, these are goblin treasures. These are not necessarily anything that you would find inherently worthwhile.
Yes, I'll just take a peek at them and see
Oh, cool,
if I
okay.
can decide for anything.
Roll me what you think the applicable skill would be, and I'll let you know if you're able to determine anything.
In the meantime, too, can I keep watch out to make sure that goblin that ran away isn't coming back?
Yes,
more?
absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a perception, Layla, and investigation. Cool. Okay. You can see that these don't look like they were. Layla's pretty sure you guys are outside.
Rip.
She's pretty sure that the rain means that she's outside.
Oh, look, another beetle.
In your eye.
Roll initiative.
And you have disadvantage for the rest of the campaign. With the 20 on the investigation, you look at these and you can tell that they're absolutely goblin. Not made by tools. You see lots of gnaw marks and claw marks. Things aren't cut with straight cuts or tools or saws. Most of the little pieces of wood that are wrapped up in twine and things like that looks like broken off of trees. These are incredibly primitive little artifacts, but they're hanging all over the place. They must have some kind of significance. But with investigation, not able to tell too much more other than the means of their construction.
How far away are they now? Could I lean down and yell at them and they hear me?
Yes, they can absolutely hear you.
I want to have you keep in mind that if there were any to come down there after you, there isn't enough space to fight them, so just remember that, please.
It is good and tight. All right, so Torin, you're heading south. You're able to, judge the distance that you're heading. You've got dark vision, so you can see in front of you a fair distance. It's very gray. With dark vision, you don't have you don't really perceive color. Things are all shades of gray. But
Well, there's light because of.
oh, that's right.
Anthony.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So Anthony, are you directly behind him? I was going to say
I-
there's not much to see anyway, as Anthony is kind of crouching behind you in this hole, moving with you. Let's see. Hang on. Okay, so you hear, and Torin, you know Goblin, right?
Yes, I do. I can
Okay.
speak Goblin.
So you hear as you are moving down up in the, still kind of in the darkness ahead of you, you can hear Goblin chittering. It sounds like one voice, and the voice is talking to no one in particular, probably to themselves, talking about preparations, must make preparations, and you can hear some other noises and things like that coming. There must be some kind of chamber or something like that up ahead of you.
Okay, that's fine. I keep moving forward, saying, "Hey, look! Watch out! There's a goblin up ahead."
All right. So let's see.
That
Okay.
was great.
Can
You whispered.
I,
Okay. Yep.
I would like to lean closer to Torin where I can whisper and be like, I think we may need to sneak up and make sure we're not seen.
Sounds legit.
I enter stealth.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a stealth. Layla, as you're looking around up top, you look off to the east, and it looks like you see the end of the storm. The clouds are moving in your direction. It shouldn't be raining too terribly much longer, but for the moment, it's still coming down. Okay, I'm looking at stealth rolls. Cool, and we've got Sarbin. You're down there with them as well, right? You're taking up the rear.
We never really got that far. I think I decided to stay up. Like, I kind of got halfway down. I was like, you know what? This is probably not a good way to spend
your
my
life.
time here.
Okay. All right. So
What
you're
to do.
you're not in there. Z, what are you doing up top?
That's
I'm
actually
gonna go south, like around here, or the bottom. I can't click on it. Anyway, where the other goblin ran, I'm gonna go check for a trapdoor down there.
Okay, cool. Because you know exactly what you're looking for, you see that there is a trapdoor right around this area where that goblin disappeared. This is about the time that the other two down underneath are nearing about the same area. You guys are, Torn, you're pretty sure that you have got to at least be under the road or south of it by this point with the distance that you've traveled. With your stealth roll, let's see, you kind of, you bumble into this, a chamber, relatively small. It's probably about 6 feet by 6 feet. It's got some bedrolls down on the ground. It's obvious from the construction that goblins live here as well. You see that there's a small ladder leading up to a trapdoor, much like the one that you came in at the other side of the road. And standing at the bottom of the ladder with his short bow aimed up the ladder at the door is the goblin that fled from you. And he does not see you because his perception roll sucked. What do you do?
What are you thinking, Torin? You think we should...
Do I still have Shillelagh on my club?
Yes.
Okay.
so lately.
You gonna whoop him in his face? Actually, Shillelagh lasts 1 minute, so it's probably been longer than a minute. But you can cast it as a bonus action. Yeah.
It's a cantrip. All right, so I cast it on my Shillelagh club.
All right. So because this is what's called a surprise round. The goblin does not know you're there. You're sneaking. So he actually does not. You're entering combat, but he does not get to act in the first round of combat. So you get to basically go twice. So you can attack the goblin if you want. And we'll take a quick bio break after this.
Okay, I attack him with my whatever.
Your quarterstaff. All right, go ahead and roll me an attack.
There was only one goblin, correct?
Yes, there's only one. And this room, other than the bedrolls, is pretty empty. Sorry, go ahead.
But I actually get a 17 on that because I'm not attacking with my dex or strength.
Okay, you're doing your wisdom. Cool.
I think, yeah.
Yep. All
I
right.
think.
Yeah, with Shillelagh, you're absolutely right. So go ahead and roll me the damage for the quarterstaff. And you can just click on quarterstaff there, and it should add it. Okay. So 2 bludgeoning damage. And Oh no, it's not 2 because you've got that's using your strength there as well. So that's actually going to be 6 damage because you've got 3 from your dice roll and then 3 from your wisdom. So that's 6 damage, and go ahead and roll me your second attack because he was not expecting the first, and this is a surprise round. Jesus. Okay. Damn druid tanks. So that's a damn 9. What do you do to this goblin who had no idea that you were there?
My quarterstaff, which is a very blunt weapon, stabs him right through the heart. And I throw him against the other wall.
Jesus
And he
Christ.
just lets out a big and falls to the ground.
Just falls in a wet slump on the ground. Nice.
God.
Well, he's very dead. All right, so that combat is over. We can explore the north side of the of this tunnel in short fashion. Let's take 5, get a bio, get your drinks and all that good stuff, and we'll be back.
Okay.
All right, be right back. Ayo. Yo.
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 So,
All right. Who are we waiting on?
I'm here.
I think that's everyone.
Okay. Yeah, everyone raise your hand if you're not here. Smart ass. All right. Okay, so we've investigated the south end, kind of underneath the road where the goblins are launching their little ambushes on, and we have taken them out. There is an additional tunnel that is heading north, up the north of the road. Who would like to investigate that? Torin, are you still taking point, since you're smallest?
Yeah, I'm the smallest, so I'm in front, and I go up north. But I can't really see the map. Did you take it away? Or
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, I took it away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we won't need it right at this moment.
Okay.
And I'll pop us over to another one when we're ready. Cool. So you do investigate north, and you find that north is basically a way through the thick brush. This tunnel is still pretty tiny. At the end of it, you find a ladder, much like the one to the south. And investigating that, you kind of pop your head up. You find that you are in the woods, and there is a path heading up towards the north. From here, with the dense canopy of the woods, you find more of the tracks that you were looking for, or that the party rather was looking for previously. There are both goblin and looks like human, or something larger, definitely heavier than goblin, heading north. What do you do?
I use my tracking skills to follow the footprints and see if I can see what kind of thing is following the goblins.
All right. The footprints are kind of well. Let's see.
Do you think we should get the others before?
Nah, it'll be fine.
They say never split the party.
All of a sudden, Layla, the rope that you're holding goes slack. As Torin has probably removed it from his body. And it's disappeared forever. Probably dead.
He's dead.
All right, Torin. So as you you and Anthony are kind of heading down this, is that what I'm hearing? You guys are heading down the path solo?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we get the other
And
people?
that's fine, Zesty. We're not using the map right now, so we'll pop back onto this landing screen every once in a while.
Alright, we head down alone.
Okay. All right. Let's see. And you said that you were you're kind of watching the tracks, trying to just follow find the end of them, see where they might lead you.
Yep,
Cool. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
that's fine.
In the meantime, I am looking over to
Nice.
Sarbin. Sarbin is right by me, right?
I'm talking the horse is trying to move them.
Okay, you're still over there. I'm kind of like looking around awkwardly, considering the rope is now slack. And I'm trying to. Well, pretty much waving. Rocket, where are you? Where is she?
I was at the other trap door. I'll start walking back.
Everybody, I think our friends have decided to leave us. We may have a problem.
Are they dead?
I wouldn't know. Apparently they ran off.
We kind of gotta get this cart to a place, so...
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that was our job, was it not?
We cannot leave them behind. But at the same time,
Well, you did give him a rope, and it is slack.
well, I didn't expect them to run off.
Maybe we can get down there and be like, hey, blink twice if you're still alive, or like, yell back.
Gnomes are gonna gnome.
He's going back to his roots. Is that racist? I'm sorry.
Hey, you're mixing up your rock gnomes and your forest gnomes. That's racist.
Jesus.
You can't even hear me. What are you talking about?
Well, what should we do? Should we try to go find them? We don't know if they went north. We don't know if they went south.
Well, yeah, I need my traveling buddy.
I know.
I mean, we can yell down in the hole, but I'm not going down there.
Yeah, I'd prefer to not go down there.
Well, they may not hear us at this point. Fine. Okay, so Layla sticks her head in the hole, and she yells, Torrin, Anthony?
Can I hear them?
Yeah.
You might hear them very faintly if you're standing just at the yeah. If you're standing very close to the other end, the north end of the hole.
I yell back as loud as I can.
What do you yell?
Layla, I found
Screw
some
you, guys.
friends. Bye. I'm going to find some treasure. Bye.
Okay, since they're now outside, so we should probably be able to hear them through the trees, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we can't leave the cargo.
I'm gonna yell to Mike, hey, you two, we gotta like move these horses out of the way. What are you doing?
Decisions. Do we follow the trail, or do we do something with the cargo?
I feel like they should handle the cargo and like move the horses, and then we could follow the footsteps. Thanks.
Is that where we currently are? We think. Like, are we able to see the horses?
No. I'm sorry. That was Anthony. No, you guys are up to
Yes.
the north.
Okay.
You're way up in the bushes. Almost throw y'all both up there.
Okay, so Layla decides to crawl back down the embankment and come to help move the horses.
Okay. All right. Where are you guys? What are you gonna do with them?
Well, we were going to put them on top of... Well, we can't now because our friends are...
Well, there's no need to now.
Yeah, we killed everything down there.
Out of the way so we can move the cart through.
Yeah, we'll just move them out of the way then. That's fine.
Yeah, move out of the way so other people can get through. Maybe like over here.
All right. Excuse the rain. I had to move the rain. All right, cool. So you guys are able to drag the horses out of the way, give yourselves enough room to potentially get the cart through. And
Hop on.
you're gonna keep taking the cart. The other, I think it's like 2 days left to Phandalin.
Well, we need to talk to Torn and Anthony because we need to get the cart to its place, and then we can come back and investigate that. Because to be fair, We were hired to do a job. No need to leave it undone.
Yeah, and who's to say that our hold on, what are their names again?
Gundren and Sildar.
Yeah, who's
Your
to say that
patrons.
they haven't already made it back? I mean, that trail could go off in the cold.
I mean, we did find his little
but
map case, though.
Torn gets distracted very easily.
Time to make him a leash.
Just put me on your shoulders. I wouldn't be able to get off.
Well, yeah, you already ran off. It's too late.
Yeah, too late. Oh well. Alright, I follow the footsteps. Yay!
All right. So Torn's heading north away. The rest of you are continuing to Phandalin. Is that what I'm getting?
I don't think. I think we should wait for a second to see if they end up coming back. Because if, like, say we wait 5 minutes, they're not back, and we just head off. I mean,
Now, I will obviously. I mean, there's the obvious problem that with D&D you've got one DM, so when the party splits, you've got to focus on one or the other. So that is obviously it's a group thing. So we want to ideally move as a group. Also, content is designed to work together. Generally speaking, if you go off on your own, you're going to get dead. So fair warning.
I did try to yell back at the other people. Did they hear me?
Yep, she heard you. You guys can kind of scream at each other through the woods. You're not too terribly far away from one another.
Torn, I think we need to get a hold of them before anything jumps out. We don't know what's in these forests.
And no, Anthony, I did not need you to roll a dex save. Sorry, I just saw that.
All right.
Why did you need me to roll a dexterity save?
Well, that is a very good question, and we got talking about something else. So as you're starting down the path there was a looked like a game snare over the trap or over the trail, excuse me. That as you triggered it, you were able to kind of get your foot out of the way as it pulled off in a small like sapling, kind of jerked up in the air, probably there to catch rabbits or something like that. But maybe also catch little gnomes for eating because they're delicious.
they're a little stringy.
Also that, yeah. Gamey.
Can I see how far the tracks go? Like, do they go for very far?
Yeah, the woods are still pretty dense. This trail looks like it's pretty well worn by goblins, judging from the tracks at your feet. But it goes off farther than you'd be able to see. Heads off north.
Maybe we should go back.
I would like to agree with that.
Alright, should we go through the forest or through the tunnel?
It would be a lot quicker going through the forest, but we would have to have a close eye on everything.
All right, so keeping your eyes peeled, you would be able to move back to kind of the clearing here at the embankments. There is, or you don't find any additional traps or anything like that. It's tough to get through just because the brush is as thick as it is. The goblins probably use this as a quick egress and ingress from their trail directly to their hidey hole, so they can go from the dense woods directly to a spot where they can kind of survey the road without making a lot of noise in the brush. You guys are loud, kind of having to break through this stuff. But you get back out and you see the rest of your party sitting there at the mules and cart.
Looking really annoyed.
Where'd you guys go?
Yeah, where the hell did you guys go?
Oh, gentlemen, you've returned. Wonderful.
Hello, my friends. We found some footprints up there, and they're really interesting, but they're scary, so we come back.
Yes, we heard, but do keep in mind we have a job to do. We can always return.
Yes, we do. I suppose we should get going then.
There were some tracks of non-goblin.
Like
Just
what,
wanted to put that out.
like what kind of non-goblin?
We're not sure. Torn looked at them, and he noticed that they just were heavier than what a goblin would make.
Like an orc, or you just don't really know?
Probably bigger than a goblin.
A lot of things are bigger than a
Good
goblin.
to know.
By any chance, would I know about the size of the footprint?
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely. Roll me an investigation, and we'll see how much you know. Nice. Okay. So looking at these, you can tell that not only was the footprint that you saw booted, but it looked like it was it had some kind of like cleat or something like that underneath it. This is something that you would see more in a knight's boot, not so much something that's a goblin, a hobgoblin, an orc, something like that. That's more crude and leather. This looked like it probably had some value. The boot that made this, judging from the size, could be human.
So to piggyback on top of Sildar is is he a human?
Yes, he is.
Okay, and is he of a knightly sort? I mean, would he be wearing plate boots? I mean, he's a warrior.
Yes, he would.
Well-
But do we not know this yet? Because all we know is that it wasn't a goblin footprint so far.
Well, I would have relayed the message. Unless you want me to RP it, I can.
That's totally up to you. Go. Yeah, actually, do that, please.
The boots, the footprints looked booted. It was a lot wider than a goblin would be.
It's like a human?
Similar to my size. And it looked like they had some kind of protrusions in the footprint, like cleats or some kind of something to dig into the ground to get traction.
Soccer
This-
players.
That's
Yep.
football, sir.
It's Manchester United.
Need I remind you all? We do have this cargo here. We can't exactly go through the forest with this cargo. Why can't we just go drop it off? We can always come back.
I mean, it does sound
Wait.
like it's Sildar's boot. I mean, Gundren's map over there, footprints behind the goblin hideout. I mean,
So what do you suggest we do? We just take
I
this
get-
cart through the woods?
they're the ones who are paying us, aren't they?
Yep.
How? I have two questions, real quick.
Mhm.
What direction would what is it, Phandalin?
Phandalin,
Which way would that be?
southeast.
Like, okay, southeast. And also, about what time of the day is it?
We'll say it's about midday now.
And about
So you're
how
about
far?
here.
Okay, and how many days' time will it take to get to Phandalin?
It's going to take about another day and a half.
Okay.
I think each hex here is, I want to say 20 miles. You can do about 25 miles a day. Yeah, it's about a day left to get to Phandalin.
Thing is, if they're in trouble now,
How are we
What-
gonna get paid?
well, I was thinking, if they're in trouble now, how much trouble would they be in a day and a half, 2 days traveling back?
Yeah, I'm with Anthony on this one.
Well, we can't very well leave this cart just standing here.
We could hide it in the trees.
Still having the donkeys.
Good point.
What to do? What to do?
So is the trail that, I mean, is it thick enough that we couldn't get the 2 mules and the cart down the path?
You would not be able to move the cart down the path. No, it's definitely a footpath. If you were able to get the donkeys through, and with a fair amount of work, you'd be able to. You could certainly walk the donkeys with you. The cart itself would just be too cumbersome to move down the small footpath.
Okay, so we could take the donkeys with us and hide the cart in the woods. Like right off the trail. Anybody want to dispute it?
One more question. What exactly are these supplies? I mean, are they super valuable? Are they just like mining supplies? What are they?
The kinds of things that you see in the cart are Phandalin is kind of a frontier town. You see there's some kegs of ale, salted pork, picks, shovels, crowbars, lanterns, and a barrel of oil, things like that. The entire contents of the cart is probably worth right at, if not any less than 100 gold. It's supplies, and it looks like primarily mining supplies.
Maybe we could hook some of the supplies to the mules and take them with us.
Okay, so here's the deal. They paid us 10 gold to escort it. The stuff is worth 100. If they do not meet us there, then we could sell it, get the money, and come back and check on them. And if all else fails, we'll just give them the money if we find them.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
But then we'd be criminals.
Not really.
I mean, not really.
They're dead if we don't find them.
We still stole their stuff.
Except, not really. We still secured their cargo to the town. And they weren't there to pick it up.
And then sold it as our own.
Well, how much is Gundren's brothers, are they there? Could they pay us?
That's very possible. I don't think that any of you would know whether or not his brothers are there, or if you've met them.
Right.
I say we need to go find them. If any of you are in trouble, wouldn't you want someone to come help you?
Depends.
Oh, you're playing the if any of you were in trouble.
That's all I got, man.
Roll charisma.
Yeah, roll
14.
charisma. Okay, I'll go.
Your DC was low. Nice.
Yeah, I'll go.
Persuaded.
All right, sounds like a vote.
Okay.
All in favor of seeing if you can follow the trail?
I mean, I guess if Torrent's
On
going,
one
I gotta
condition.
follow him.
Yeah, come on, little Sarban. I'll hop
Let's-
on your shoulders and we'll go.
Alright.
Let's at least try to camouflage the cart, please. Let's take the mules with us, but at least try to camouflage it.
How big is the crates of stuff?
I mean, they're crates. What do,
I mean, are they 2x2? Because,
yes.
okay, well then we can just hide them in the hole. Depending on how big
Ooh.
the hole is on the other side where it lets out, we could probably even take them in that way.
Oh, we could even, I mean, is there any way we could collapse part of the hole? Like,
Yeah, sure.
could we collapse part of the hole and then hide it? I mean, obviously for us to be able to get it back, but so
Yeah.
that way the goblins coming on the other end don't grab it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to take the provisions you've got, stick them down in the hole where they would be potentially out of sight and safe, and then what exactly are you trying to kind of collapse? All the entrances,
have-
or just the one, just hiding the entrances themselves?
I have no idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna put it in the little room, and then collapse the entrances to either of the tunnels that lead off them, so no one can come into it except for the tunnel on the top.
Yeah, because we know where 2 other entrances are.
Sounds legit. Cool. All right.
Sure.
That's decided then?
Yep.
Excellent. All right. So you're taking the donkeys with you?
Mm-hmm.
All
Yes.
right. So you unhitch the mules. You're able to fasten their, their kit and stuff like that to them, their harnesses and bridles and things like that. I tell you what, the donkeys themselves can carry some of the equipment. You've got, shovels and crowbars and pickaxes, I said. If anyone wants one of those items, you can throw them on the donkeys if you wanted to, and the donkeys would still be able to move perfectly fine. You take the rest of the provisions, hide them down in the goblin hole, and are able to secure those, kind of best you can. Certainly anyone just traveling through, if they weren't looking for it, you guys were ambushed, and you had to search for these holes. They've probably been there for quite a while. So someone just passing by on the road surely won't see them unless they're trying to find them. The cart itself, what are you guys going to do with that?
Stick it in the woods.
Yeah, I say stick it in the woods. Try to maybe
Camouflage it.
shove it in a bush.
Put
Okay.
some dead goblins on it.
And put dead goblins on it.
All right. So you throw dead goblins on the wagon, and kind of push that off into the brush. You can pull some branches and other sections of bush and dead plants and things like that. Kind of lean it up on the wagon and camouflage it a bit so that, again, a casual kind of glance from a passerby on the road wouldn't be able to spot it. So you've got your goods secured, and you've got the. Does someone have a question?
Yes. Can we stage it to make it look like that was the cart that was being carried by the horses?
Ooh.
Sure. Yeah.
That's what I would like to do.
Put
And-
the cart by the horses, and then put like a dead goblin on top of it.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Cool.
Could we even overturn it so that way nobody,
Yeah, sure. Like kind of stage it like there was an accident, or pop a wheel off or something like that. Just kind of lean it so it looks like it was involved in some kind of foray.
Yes.
Totally. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. All right. Done. Who's controlling these mules? The mules are pretty docile. I mean, they're used to, walking around and doing what they're told. But you've got 2 of them that you need to manage.
Maybe Torin on my shoulders could kind of help steer the mule.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
a
a
druid.
druid, so I like animals.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
gonna ride.
You're gonna ride one. All right.
I also have Speak with Animals as a spell, which I'm not going to use, but like just in case, I can use it at any
Cool.
time. So
Okay.
and
Did you use that as a ritual?
oh, go ahead.
I can't. I don't think so.
Okay, so once you're ready, I'm gonna still take point. At least whenever everybody shows Layla where to go.
All right. Who is? I'm sorry, Torin. You're watching the mules. Z is riding on one. Is that what I heard? Layla's taking point,
Mm-hmm.
and Zesty and Anthony, or Sarvin and Anthony. Excuse me.
I would probably be Layla's in the way, so I would probably be beside her, showing her where we found the tracks.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and Torin's on my shoulders, so
Awesome. All right. So Torin's kind of helping Shepard. Sweet. All right. So you guys are moving through the woods. Let's see. You within about. You travel down this path, and again, the woods are very, very thick. You travel down the path for maybe about an hour or so. The rain has kind of subsided. Let me take care of that. All right. and see if I can. Is blowing your mind right now? The lack of rain. Okay. So yeah, you travel for about an hour down this path. As you are walking, Layla, up ahead, you hear what sounds like definitely a current, some kind of a stream or a river. Maybe not quite sure, but you can see up ahead. The sound is coming from beyond. It looks like the trees open up. What do you do?
First I pause. I have everybody halt for a moment. I want to make sure that I don't see anybody else, like any other goblins. So I would like to look for that first.
Okay, all right. You want to? Are you sneaking up?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me that stealth. And yes, yeah, you totally can, Optaric or Torin.
Cool.
Okay, so Layla, with your leather armor, you have a sword out, or both of them?
I have both out.
Okay, you move down the path and you approach the opening, and what you see is the woods themselves kind of give way to a running river. The river is maybe it's just a really wide creek is coming out of a cave opening across the river. You see it is maybe about 20 feet wide or so. You see some other thick brush. And at the cave entrance on the opposite side of the river, you can see that there's like a pathway or a walkway kind of heading up into the darkness of the cave. I'm going to pop you guys over to a map. So if everyone wants to grab their tokens and kind of throw them either on the key or near the number 1, this is where we're starting. All right, so Layla, you are kind of at point here. Everyone else is still back, within the tree line. Layla, what do you do?
Okay, so do I see anybody around? Any goblins? Any people?
You do not see anything. You see that the trail itself, emerges from the woods and heads kind of down towards the stream, where it disappears, picks up on the other side, and continues up into the cave mouth.
Okay, so it kind of goes like this?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go on and... Where exactly is the cave mouth? Right there? Okay, cool.
Yep, and let me clean that up for you a little bit.
Now, I rolled a 17 for stealth. So on my stealth at this point?
You're
okay.
Very stealthy.
Okay, so I am going to move... I want to come this way. Can you see that? That's really hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to come this way because I want to stay within cover.
Okay.
And then I want to keep moving to at least see sort of inside the cave this way.
Let's see. And you are a human? Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're a half-elf, right?
Half-elf, yeah.
Yeah, so you have low light vision. You can see within the... where exactly are you standing right now?
Let me move me.
Go ahead and... Yeah, there you go. Perfect. All right. Now, with your stealth and my horrible, horrible perception roll, as you look in, you can see, and let me actually open some of that up for you. Hold on.
And is there any way that I can erase that crap I just drew?
Yep. If you use the your selection tool, you should be able to just select it and hit delete. I can do the same.
Oh,
though.
sweet. Thank you.
Behind you, you hear rustling over here.
Okay.
And looking up the cave, it gets dark pretty quick on the inside, but you see that there's a small staircase. The stream itself is coming straight down the obviously kind of down and out of the cave. You see that there is a walkway opposite you on the other side of the water, and there's a small staircase within the cave on the right-hand side that leads up.
Okay, at the riverbed, are there any rocks? Because I would like to chuck a rock over here where I heard the sound.
Yeah, absolutely. So you pick up like a river rock and just throw it?
Yep.
All right. Are you throwing it? Go ahead and ping where you'd like to throw it to.
Right there.
Okay. All right. So you hear some rustling, and back behind the bushes you hear,
Well, I know what that is.
my fantastic goblin. That's what that is.
It's a goblin.
Are you signaling the rest of your party at all?
I'm actually going to go back to them so that I can tell them about it.
Okay. All right, cool. So what do you do? And this is one of those sections where you, just because you don't feel the need to put yourself in a specific area on the map, this is more to get, so that everyone has the same idea of what we're looking at. But you can fill in the blanks. Just because it's not on the map, don't feel like you can't engage with it. Like the river rock, that was a fantastic idea.
I cast Speak with Animals as a
Okay.
ritual, so it doesn't use any of my spell slots.
But it takes 10 minutes to cast a ritual. I'm sorry, it takes 10 minutes longer than a normal cast. So you can do that, but it will take time to cast as a ritual.
Okay. Do you guys think that's a good idea? To take 10 minutes?
Well, if there are goblins, nearby, do you have to sit there and channel it the whole entire time?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah,
Because if they
it's
see
a
us-
process. So yeah, you could retreat back to the woods and hang out for a while and cast
Yeah.
it. But yeah, you can.
Yeah,
Do that.
as long as, as long as you stay within line of sight of us to make sure that we don't need your help, you could do that.
Well, if you want to do that, we can just watch the outside and see what's going on. See if there's any patrols or any other kind of movement.
Yeah, we are still in cover, right?
Yeah. You snuck up and you kind of retreated back to the tree line where everyone else is. Yeah, absolutely.
I did hear some goblins, so if we want to just wait, Torn, while you do whatever it is you want to do, that's fine.
Alright, I cast Speak with Animals so I can understand any animals and also talk to the donkeys.
All right. Is there anything specific that you would? Let's see. I'm going to read this just for everyone and my benefit. You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. Duration is 10 minutes. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence. But at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. You may be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you at the DM's discretion. So tell me, you're casting this. First, I want to know, what does this ritual look like? When you are a druid, a forest gnome druid at that, and you're in the woods and you're casting a ritual to speak with animals, what are you doing?
Take a mushroom from my bag and a leaf from a nearby tree, and I shout in druidic. Well, no, I don't shout. I
Whisper.
chant.
Okay.
I chant in druidic, getting slowly louder and louder. And slowly, the donkey kind of perks up his ears, slowly starting to understand me. And then suddenly, bam, it does understand me. And then we can talk to each other.
Nice. What do you ask the donkey?
Do you see anything, my donkey friend? The donkey and I are best friends. By the way.
Your best friends? He is smitten with you. He likes you much better than this. This donkey's name is Duke, and Dolly is the other donkey that he's been yoked with here. He hates Dolly. She eats all the oats. He's really upset about that. Definitely eats more than her share. And he kind of, he's doing this telepathically. Dolly kind of looks over at Duke and then at you like, these motherfuckers are talking about me. And Duke is putting all these ideas in your head about how, look at how much weight Dolly has put on. Look at how she's kind of chunky.
Oh my God.
But he's looking around at the, Duke is really interested. There are some, one of his favorite things is river grass, and he hears the water up ahead, and he's like, oh God, please, like, let's go up there. I want to graze. But he hasn't, or he doesn't, he's not used to being in the woods. He's a little perturbed by this really small little path you guys have got him on. The road is horrible for his shoes, and he's probably going to need new ones when you guys get to Phandalin. But he can't tell you too much about the area because he's also new here.
I love Duke.
Duke is kind of a badass.
Are there any squirrels or something nearby?
Absolutely, yeah. There's some squirrels and birds and things like that. You want to try to chitter at a squirrel?
I chitter at a squirrel using both my speak with animals and my small woodland beast language. And I say, hey, do you know where any of the small green little fellas? Do you know where they reside?
So this big red fluffy fox squirrel comes running down out of one of the trees, and it runs across the ground and jumps up on your pant leg and runs up your back, runs around to your front, runs around to your back again before finally deciding to kind of perch on your shoulder, and it leans in really close to your ear and it starts going. And it starts chittering about how he can't go. He used to have a nest in the bushes right across the river, but these little green guys, to him he calls them the green giants because they're fucking huge to a fox squirrel. He had a nest over there with his wife and all his babies, and they chopped down a bunch of trees so that they could set up a little fort or a little hidey hole back there. They killed his wife and ate her.
Oh my God.
And threw all his babies into the river.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it got dark.
Jesus Christ.
The fields.
He's a little upset.
I say, thank you, little squirrel, and I give
Can
him
we
a
keep
mushroom.
him?
You gave him a mushroom?
Yeah, I gave
Starts
him one of my
hallucinating.
healing mushrooms.
His eyes dilate immediately. They get huge, and he just turns stiff as a board and falls over backwards off your shoulder onto the ground with a soft thud.
Killed him.
Oh,
He's not dead. He's
Torrid.
just passed the fuck out.
Do we see
He
him
feels
do
no
this?
pain. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Torin feed a poor, innocent, heartbroken fox squirrel medicine designed to eliminate headaches and pain as the squirrel collapses in his sorrow. Yeah, you see this. Absolutely.
I don't think that hears emotional pain.
Oh.
That's really a matter of perception. Roll perception.
Boy.
Nat 20.
I have bonus in medicine. Thank you very much.
Torin, the squirrel was talking about his nest used to be over in this area right over here, labeled number 2, conveniently on your map. Fun fact, when there's giant... Oh, you don't? Okay, never mind.
No.
Don't worry about that then. That means it's on the GM layer. Whoops. That's my layer. But yeah, he used to have his little house over here. He was going to retire. Her name was Squirrelina. She was the love of his little short life.
Somebody's cutting onions.
Mm-hmm. So what do y'all do?
I tell them about how there's a goblin camp over in the bushes over there. There's a little encampment of goblins. I say, you guys have fun with that. I'm gonna go talk to more squirrels.
Torrent, no, sir. I believe you were going to help us. I will say that there is no possible way we can follow this trail without them seeing us, it may be worth it to check this out. The camp, that is.
Alright, let's go slaughter some goblins.
He took
How
a lot of
deep-
convincing.
My charisma's really high. How deep is the creek, or river creek?
That's a great question.
Because if we
Why don't
can't
you hop
cross
in
it, then we're kind of screwed either way.
No, it's about it's rushing pretty quick. You would see it's certainly not deep. It's probably difficult terrain to cross. Talking about it mechanically, but there's probably not a lot. It doesn't look like there's a lot of power to it. 18 years, fox squirrel. Fun fact: this squirrel only 4 years old. That means he's got 14 years of heartbreak ahead of him.
Aww.
It's an 18 in captivity, but like 13 in nature.
This is a magic squirrel. It's gonna live 25. All right, so we know that we've heard goblins over here. We know that our fox squirrel, which Torin has yet to name, and I'm very upset about that, told us that that they hang out over here and they've got some kind of like little burrow or little area kind of cleared out. So we know that we've got some goblins over there. What do you guys want to do?
Okay, there's no possible way we could try to sneak around them, correct?
No, you could certainly try.
I was kind of posing that question to the group. I mean, yeah, we can
right.
try to.
Sorry, as you were.
You're fine.
Do keep in mind, we have to cross the creek, and then once we are inside, we do not know if there is anyone else. Is there any way we can lure them out, the goblins?
That's what I was going to say. If we can prepare ourselves and then one of us draw them out, then perhaps we can end it quickly. That way we have enough time to get in there.
I can make some little like sparks appear and get those goblins distracted.
That would work.
Nice. So you guys are it's kind of getting a little bit later in the afternoon. Just a reminder. I don't know if you guys wanted to wait for dark or go now. Whatever. Just throwing that out there. The weather is clearing up. The sky is blue as the storm is kind of pushed out to sea to the west.
Considering it is getting dark, we could possibly make camp once we are inside. That is all depending on if there is anything else in there.
But I wouldn't want to make camp now because goblins.
Oh, no, I'm not saying now. Well, see if we can't lure the goblins out.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
All right. What do you do?
I'm gonna sneak up to my little red line here and try to make a little odd odor kind of drift into their camp.
All right. What kind of odor?
I want to say like a dead cow, perhaps, just something that the goblins would be interested in.
Just something nasty. You want some nasty smells?
Yeah.
All right.
Are we going to attack as soon as we see them? Correct?
Why would we not?
Well,
I just wanted to make sure.
then let me move up into position, because I am of no use back here.
I would like to do the same, and I would want to ready up a magic missile.
Okay. Cool.
I think we try in the woods because if they don't cross the stream and they see us, they're just gonna run back.
At this point, am I still in stealth, technically, or...?
Yeah. We'll let you keep that same stealth roll. As for the rest of you freeloaders,
Do we have to roll stealth too?
yeah, if you're sneaking up, we'll say further than the one. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a stealth?
Which we still don't see.
Okay, so I get on Sarbin's back, and cast resistance on him.
Whew. Wow, someone is the fucking knight over here. You got on Sarbin's back and cast resistance on him.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. So you touch a willing creature. Once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to a saving throw of its choice. Very cool. And that's a nice cantrip. Alright, so Tauren, let's see. Nat 20 bitches.
What's the damage?
What does that mean?
doesn't necessarily mean anything yet. So let's see, Zesty. I'm sorry. Yeah, Zesty. You were rolling the. Actually, I'm gonna give myself disadvantage on it. Oh my! You serious? That's 2 20s. God.
Whoa.
All right, I'm keeping this green dice over here in its own pile. So let's see, Zesty. You cast the smell of. You cast the smell. And.
I
Let's see.
cast fart.
There are 2 goblins, and they come sniffing. This one just following his nose, the other right behind him, sniffing out this delightful odor that you have provided. And as they come around the corner, they were not expecting to see Layla, who has snuck up to the entrance of the cave here. Z, let's see. You are 9. They can see you, but they're still surprised. Anthony is basically a stealth bomber, and Tauren, you they've spotted you as well. But all right, what do you guys do? They step around the corner. They're completely surprised. We're not did not expect to see an adventuring party here.
I want to cast Vicious Mockery and have him come over here and fight.
Okay,
And
all right,
I
cool.
would, on the first one, because obviously that would be the first one I see, all 3 bolts of magic missile.
All right, go ahead and roll the damage for your magic missile. And just so that everyone's aware, magic missile, you don't roll to attack. It always hits, assuming it can. So, nice. All right. 2 4s. You suck. Okay, jeez. So the first one comes around the corner and catches the readied magic missile straight in his face. Falls to the ground dead. The other... Did I really put this? I put the 2 on the map, didn't I? Get out of here.
Yes.
The other, coming around with his buddy, sees you guys. Who else had a readied action? If anybody.
I think
I
it was
would-
just him.
Just him? Okay. So it is still surprised. You guys can go ahead and roll me initiative. This guy is surprised, so he is not acting in the first round. Got an 11 and 8. All right, 14. All right, Layla, looks like it is you first with the 14. And again, you can cross this water.
Tauren.
Tauren. Boom. And there's your Vicious Mockery. Okay.
I just keep casting resistance, so oh well.
All right, so the Vicious Mockery hits him. You know, it's... Oh, yeah, that's fine, bud. And he's going to take 1d4 Psychic. That's right, he's going to roll his Wisdom. Hang on. Boom. All right, so he passed that, which is great for him, but I have a feeling this is still going to end very, very poorly. Layla, it is your turn. You are next in the initiative order with your 14. What are you doing to my poor, innocent, defenseless, hungry goblin
All right, I'm
who
gonna.
threw baby squirrels into this little river?
I know. I'll take care of them. I'm gonna cross the river if I can. I mean, that's, what, 10 feet?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you can definitely cross that.
Okay, so I'm going to cross the river, and I'm going to swing with both swords.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to read stuff.
You're fine, bud. You're clicking things. That's fine. All right, cool. So that's your first attack. That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your second attack, your bonus action with your second sword. And then give me damage for those. Oh, this poor goblin. All right, roll me some 2 short sword damages. 5 and decapitated. All right, what do you do to my poor hungry goblin? He looks at you, thinking that you are going to be a bloated, stinking cow carcass. Disappointedly.
I am not. Let's just one strike straight across the chest, the other one opposite direction to make an X.
Nice. All right. Okay. You put your own custom mark on his chest, slashing one side or one way, slashing the other. Still disappointed, he falls forward, his blood kind of running down into the river and carrying on downstream. But they are both wrecked. I think I've hit one of you once. That's fine. Then I was going to say the night is young, but it's not.
Like bruise or something.
Yeah. And did you mark that damage? I think it was like 4.
I thought there was like 2.
It may have been. I don't remember. Make sure you mark it, though.
Oh, we didn't heal up? Okay.
No, healing is done if you take a short rest or a long rest. You'll heal. You don't automatically heal like between combats or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay, so they are both dead. These 2 goblins at the entrance to the cave. Layla, as you are kind of standing there, if you were to look further up the cave, let me clear some of this out here. You can kind of see further down, and it curves off to the right up ahead of you.
Okay, I'm just gonna go on and press in at least a little bit. I do want to check for traps, though. Whenever I get about right there, about 10 feet in.
Okay, so you're still stealthing?
If I can, after I've attacked, if I can.
You can't. You'd have to re-roll it. Yes,
okay,
but yeah, you certainly can.
Let me re-roll them.
All right. And you said you're looking for traps. So go ahead and if we'll go ahead and get you to roll a perception as well, keeping an eye out for things. We'll see if you're able to notice anything. 13. Okay. So you can hear as you enter the cave to the right and up the stairs. Sounds like you'd probably describe it as whimpering, kind of like. Nothing necessarily too distinct, but there's definitely something or some things up and to the right up these stairs. Actually, there are totally things that I can read you here. Hold on. So let's see. Following the Goblin's Trail, you come to a large cave in the hillside. From a mile from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. So that is where we are. And then on the east side of the stream, flowing from the cave mouth is a small area where the briar thickets have been hollowed out to form a lookout post or blind. Wooden planks have been used to flatten out the briars and provide room for guards to lie hidden and watch the area, which is where the goblins are that you just got. All right. And are you going to move up and kind of come around the corner there and see what you can see?
Yeah, I am going to go on and gesture for the other guys to come on up at least with me, since I don't see any traps, but I do want to go up these stairs to the right.
All right. And no kidding, just rolled a 1 on perception. Let me show
I
you
think
what
we
you
should
see.
check out the small camp to see if there's any loot.
Oh, you most definitely can.
Sorry, but you want to come?
But yeah, let's go.
Okay. Sarvin and I. Oh, you guys have fun with that.
No,
Oh!
we're good. Hang on, we're good. So when you investigating the little camp over here, you see that there's a little pile of river rocks. Some of them are very pretty colors. They're all very smooth. One of these goblins was probably super bored out of his mind and was collecting them in a little pile here where he's probably been laying for days, hours, whatever, waiting as a very ineffective lookout, as the case may be. The goblins themselves don't have much of any value on them. No cash or really anything of note. They is stanky, as goblins will be, but nothing specific. There's probably I don't know. With it only being two of them, there's probably more going on here. There may be more in the cave. Peeking around the corner, you still hear the whimpering, and you see there are 3 sleeping, looks like dogs, maybe wolves. Just inside the cave mouth, a few uneven stone steps lead up to a small dank chamber on the east side of the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end, and it's filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and the sounds of rattling chains greet your ears as where 2 wolves are chained up inside the opening. There's 3. Sorry. Each wolf chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite. So all 3 of these wolves are connected to chains that are affixed to this stalagmite right here. Right now, with their absolutely fantastic perception roll, they are dead asleep, all 3 of them. One of them is kind of whimpering as it kind of mimes, chasing bunnies, laying on its side. Its feet are twitching, and it's but they are passed out. What do you do?
I'm gonna back up. Not in the water. So we have dogs.
I like dogs.
I do not know if these are friendly dogs.
Hey, has it been 10 minutes since I cast Speak with Animals?
Not necessarily. No, I'm good with that still being active on you.
You
guys
guys see
want-
if you can talk to them.
It's all
guys
you.
want me to talk to the dogs? Okay.
Okay, we still have a stealth advantage. Why don't we just go in there and smack them?
Oh,
But they're locked up. That means
They
that
are.
not, evil.
They're
not necessarily
chained.
evil.
But
They're good dogs. They're
I mean,
good doggies.
somebody had to chain them up. I do not know if goblins would chain dogs, wolves.
Well, if Torn asks them, we'll find out.
All right, Torin, it's all you.
I peek my head in, and I say, "Hello."
you hear the one that is laying on his side. It's still asleep, but kind of running in place. He snarls and he says, "Gnomes, I'll chase you down. I'll rip you up. I'll eat you whole. I love to eat gnomes."
What's he saying, Torn?
He doesn't seem that friendly.
Oh.
I've got you. He kind of growls a little bit as he almost wakes himself up. The others kind of stir as as his dream becomes a little, we'll say, exciting.
I gesture to Sarvin, hide, and I hide.
All right. Yep, so they are still all sleeping.
You want to kind of shout, whisper back to the group.
dogs.
They're all good dogs, Bront.
I give a thumbs up.
I'm going to try and stealth in there.
All right. You're going to approach them directly?
Hold on. I'm gonna come here-ish and attack this one. That one.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll me the... did you already roll the stealth?
Nope. I'm gonna
All right.
work on that now.
Yep. Go ahead and roll me a stealth. And because he's sleeping, I'm going to give you advantage on that. And it's an 11. Alright, and his perception is shit because he's asleep. Alright, so you want to, you're just going to attack him?
Yeah, with my quarterstaff.
Alright, now because he is incapacitated and prone, you actually, incapacitated, he's sleeping, right, and prone, you'll get advantage on your attack roll here. So you can roll twice. The roll 20 is going to do it for you, but you roll twice, you can take the higher, so in this case 16. And go ahead and roll me damage. Yep, you were going to say?
I also have polearm mastery. So I get an extra 1d4.
Okay, alright, cool. Go ahead and roll the extra d4.
It's gonna be a 1. Oh, hey.
So you hit him for a hot 4 damage.
And they all wake up.
Yep, everyone go ahead and roll initiative. You come in, and how do you hit him? You just take your quarterstaff and crack him over the head?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I didn't think about that. It would have been double-handed, so it would have been an extra... whatever. But yeah, I would have cracked him once, and then done a swift maneuver, and then butt-ended the staff as well into him.
Okay, alright, cool. So yeah, you hit him hard, and he was sleeping. He yelps in pain, getting woken up by some asshole hitting him in the head with a stick while he was just chilling in this cave. But he yelps. The other two wake up. They're still laying down. We're going to go ahead and get everyone in initiative. I'm not sure why it's not adding you guys to the initiative order automatically.
Yeah, it says whenever I do it,
Select the token?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, if you click your token and then hit it, it should add you over there.
Oh.
Try it, and I'll give you whichever one was higher. It's like if you click the Layla picture on the map and then hit your initiative, it should add you. Yeah, okay.
Whoa.
Cool. Alright. Give me your higher numbers. So we had a 21 for Layla.
I had 12.
Ceci, are you on the map?
Yeah. I'm right on this rock thing, against the wall.
Oh, duh. Hello.
Yeah, right there.
Still can't add my initiative over.
That's cool. I'll get you. 13. Where's my wolves at? Ooh. Alright, is that everybody? Anthony Sorbin. Yep. Sweet. Alright. Layla, what's your dexterity score? I'm sorry,
My
your modifier is a
modifier?
3?
Yeah, 3.
Alright, so you go first. So if you tie an initiative and somebody has a higher modifier, they go first. So you and the wolves both got 21. Your modifier is 3, mine is 2. So you go first. But okay, these wolves have woken up. They're all still laying down. One of them has got a hell of a knot on his head. The one down here at the south point. But they are definitely aware that people are in the cave, or they see specifically Zai. But they haven't moved yet. Layla, it is your turn. What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to move up to the top one. It should be a movement of 25 feet, so I should be good.
Cool. Okay. Sounds good.
And then I'm going to attack it with both short swords.
Go for it. Nice. Okay. 21.
Do you want me to
For the
roll
first
both
one.
of them, or do you
Yeah.
want me to roll damage first and then?
It's totally up to you. You can roll both, or you can do one and then damage. If you wanted to do like one and then damage to see if you killed the first one and then roll it for the second one, that's cool. Whatever works
Yeah,
for
I'll
you.
do that.
Once they're rolled, I don't care how you apply them.
There's a mosquito in my house.
No. Those are also still using strength. So make sure, give me the totals with your dex. We'll figure it
I
out.
swore I changed. Yeah, for some it showing dex. I don't know.
Right there on the damage. If you expand short sword, where it says damage, the second checkbox, 1d6, it says plus strength.
Oh, it's doing that one.
Yep.
Okay. Well, poop. Okay, so... Sorry, not that one.
That looks much better, though. All right, so we got a 9 for your
so-
first one. You want to roll damage
Yep.
for the second attack?
Yep. There we go.
Nice. Okay, cool. All right, so 9 damage on the first one, and we're keeping the 21s from your attack roll above, but go ahead and roll me another one and give me some damage for that second attack. We'll keep the 21 as your attack rolls, but I want to make sure that we get you your dexterity modifier for your damage, and we're not using these 4s if we can avoid it. Cool. All right. So 14. That's unfortunate. So, the wolf is freaking dead. I'm gonna have to up the difficulty here. Okay, so you what do you do to this first poor wolf that was just dreaming about chasing gnomes, ripping them apart, killing their families, burning villages, taking a nap? What do you do?
Both swords just straight down on its back.
You cut deep into the wolf before it even has a chance to stand, and it yelps briefly. Its bark kind of echoes off the walls of the cave. Who knows how far it travels? But yeah, he is dead. He kind of falls to the ground in a slump. As for the other two, they're both going to move up. One of them is going to go after, let's see, Layla, and the other one is going to go after Z. Let me double check something.
I get an attack opportunity if it comes.
Oh, because he entered your range?
Correct.
Yep, go
Alright,
for it.
alright.
Go ahead and roll it.
So what do I need a hit for that? Just a normal attack?
Yep, just a normal attack. And which one do you want to apply that to? Because technically both of them entered your range, but you can only use this reaction once.
The one I hits already, so the lower one.
The lower one, okay. So the 11 would not hit his AC. So you do get the attack, but you're not able to actually hit him. All right. So the one to the north is going to bite north towards Layla. It actually has... Ooh, yay. So wolves have got a fantastic ability. I'll read you guys. It's called Pack Tactics. The wolf has advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of the wolf's allies is within 5 feet of the creature, and the ally isn't incapacitated. So, the one to the north, because its ally is not within 5 feet of Layla, it does not get that advantage. If it was standing there, it would, but it's 10 feet from her, so does not get advantage on that. So it only gets the 12, not the crit. That makes me very sad because the 12 does not hit you. Wrecked. Okay, so the top one, these things have both stood up, which also takes half of their movement speed. They've moved up. The top one snaps at Layla after she just felled his packmate here. He snaps and misses. The other one is going to take a bite at Z. And that is advantage. That is a 16. That is going to hit you for 4 damage, Z.
I have a 15 AC. Just a heads up.
Okay, it got 16.
Alright.
Oh, okay, I see your, the AC is shown as a 13 here, but I got you, 16 will still hit you. So 4 damage to Z. And if you want to subtract damage, you guys can actually click on your token. The green dot, or green circle represents your AC. You can click in there and just type in -4, enter, and it will subtract it for you automatically. The value on the token is actually tied to your character sheet, so it should make it a little quicker to manage your health. Same thing for heals. If you get healed, you can do plus, whatever the value is, enter, and it will update your character sheet. All right, that is it for the wolves. They, let's see. Do I wanna? No, they're not going to move any further. They're fine where they are. Anthony, it is your turn. What do you do? This thing, actually, let me go a little further. This thing, Z, kind of grabs onto your leg, tearing into to the flesh of your leg, and just kind of rips back and forth, just almost trying to pull the thing off before letting go, and your leg's all cut up, and it doesn't feel good because the wolf bit it. Anthony, go ahead.
All right. If I was first, I'm going to move there. In the river or stream, whatever that is, it's difficult terrain, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So to move to that spot right there, that would be 20 feet, right?
Correct. You got it.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do.
All right.
And do I have line of sight to the wolves, or am I blocked by Z?
You do have line of sight. You can shoot through allies. You can't shoot through enemies in most cases. But yeah, you can absolutely shoot past Z. That's fine.
Okay, then I would just throw a firebolt.
All right, let's roll it. Nice. Okay, well, 23 definitely hits. For 1 damage on a D10. Ouch.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Okay.
Jack.
You send your fireball at this wolf, and as it turns to see you, the fireball goes right between its ears and just singes the hair off the top of its head, leaving a bald streak right between its ears, going down its back. It glares at you and growls. Anything else on your turn?
I think they're tied to that rock that Layla's token's on, correct?
Yes, yeah, they've got chains that are heading to that rock, that's right.
Can I see how long that chain is? As if a wolf was going to try to come to me at that spot, would it reach?
It would probably reach just there, but if you moved any further away, it wouldn't be able to get to you.
Okay, then, like if I move to the spot 1 block up, would it reach me?
They can occupy a space that is within 1 from the stalagmite there.
All right, then I will move 1 block back.
All right, cool. So you move out of his way, and he loses sight of you. All right, Torin. These wolves are saying all kinds of nasty shit, man. about gnomes. One of them thinks that Z, he after he ripped into her leg, he starts yipping and getting really excited. She's bleeding, and he thinks that tastes absolutely fantastic. He's suggesting that the other wolf take a bite. Give it a try. What do you do?
I am pissed off, and I grab a handful of water from the nearby stream, and probably should have done this beforehand. 1 second.
Oh, nice.
cool.
I have
Okay.
an ice knife at the one that's next to Layla.
Nice. Okay. Chuck it.
What do I roll?
Let's see. On a hit, so this is a ranged spell attack. So you will roll, and do you have that on your character sheet? Let me take a look. I think you can just click on Ice Knife there, and actually no, it did the text right. If we expand that down, there you go. Yep. Add the damage is going to be your D10. Nice. Now shrink it back up and click it and see if it'll cast it for you. Perfect. And then you click on where it says Ice Knife there, and it'll give you it'll roll the damage for you. Well, I'm sorry. The 7 doesn't hit, but that is working.
Can I use an inspiration? Do I have
Yes.
an inspiration?
Do you?
I use an inspiration. Yeah, I do. Sure. Yeah.
do you have an inspiration?
Duh.
Are you fucking with me right now?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to give you one anyway because of how you narrated the spell. You reach down and you grab the water, and it requires a drop of water. I think that shit is awesome. So yeah, go ahead and roll it again, and we'll see if you get an inspiration. Or, well, I'm sorry, we'll see if your inspiration
Can I
hit gets
just
it.
use the 20?
No, you cannot just use the 20. You can't choose to use inspiration after you've seen the results. That's cheap.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
All right, roll me some damage. Nice, 7. Okay, and which one are you going for?
The one that was below, the one that's next to Layla.
Okay. The one that's got the bald streak down his head as well. So you hit him with an ice knife. Let's see. So hit or miss, the shard explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet of the point where the ice exploded must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage. Guess who that includes?
Oh,
Wait, no, I'm just kidding.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, it's really all over.
Yeah, it is. She's gonna say that.
All right. Z passes the dex save. Layla passes the dex save. Nice. And the number that they're rolling against is going to be Torin's spell save. So let's see if my wolves take it. Nice. Okay. And that's pass or fail. Ice Knife is pretty OP. 2d6 cold damage. Wow. Okay, so everything, you're lucky, passed the dexterity saving throw, so that's good. You shoot this ice knife. It hits the wolf and pierces, and as it hits, it explodes, and the shards, luckily, kind of fly around the room. These jagged hunks of ice very safely. And they manage to, Z and Layla are both able to dodge out of the way, so that they're not sliced up by your spell. Cool. All right, Z, what you got?
Do the wolves.
Do the what? Oh, yeah, I'm rolling. It does them GM. The wolf rolled a dexterity of 19, and the other one, the one that it actually hit, does not, because it says, oh, I'm sorry, the target. No, hold on, he does. Let's see, the one that he hit. Oh, roll the 4. Roll me 2d6 damage. Nice. Okay, so he explodes into Frosty Death. Everything else is able to dodge, but holy shit, that hit like a truck. Jesus. Okay. Good deal. You have this wolf falls to the ground, just lacerated by razor sharp shards of ice. Z, it is your turn. You guys are all a bunch of assholes.
Wow.
By the light be purged.
There it is.
Okay, so yeah. Also wrecked. Yeah, he did. What do you do to that wolf? I want to hear this.
Oh wait, I also need to roll a 1d4. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just insult to injury. Go ahead, Dick.
So yeah, I basically
A 1d4 is a d20 now, just so that everyone is.
Oh,
Yo,
I
Mrs.
knew it.
Factory just got 5 times better.
Nice.
I hit. Oh, okay. Anyway, so what I do is I jump up in the air and then just like come at it with like the most force that I can put behind my staff and just wreck it, like just straight on the head, just smash it to the ground to the point where it like makes its head explode. And,
Good
like,
God.
brain matter on my face.
I
I'm
love
like,
it.
Oh, that was.
Wait, okay, so you've got wolf brains all over your face now?
I mean, yeah.
I need you to
mean,
make a note of that. That's yes, absolutely. Please, that's good. Oh, okay. Wow.
Layla just kind of stares at her,
Oh,
like, holy shit.
so Z, I gotta ask, you smashed that thing pretty hard. Is Layla also covered in gray matter?
I mean,
It seems only fair.
yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
It just like splatters across her face.
Just-
She's just standing there like, oh my god.
And unfortunately, in this fight, Sarbin hops in here, and he's like, "Ha!" And all the fucking wolves are dead. Do you want to hit? Do you want to hit one?
No, I'm just gonna like kind of sadly pull up my lute and just kind of like idly strum.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, and combat is over. Jeez. Yeah, I might need to crank it up. Most of these encounters are developed for, or they're designed for 4 players. So adding an extra 1 doesn't necessarily. I mean, like the crit that would have hit Layla probably would have taken her down with the with what I rolled. Let's see. Yeah, it was if the South Wolf had been standing next to Layla and not opposite its ally, she would have taken a crit, and she would have taken 16 damage.
Yeah, that would have killed me.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have killed you. It would have.
It would have knocked me out.
Yeah, you would have been knocked the hell unconscious for sure. But yeah, at level 1, like it's pretty brutal. I mean, you get hit once and it's like a truck. You hit level 2 and your hit points double. So, I mean, yeah, you can take a hell of a lot more. All right, so that encounter is done for the time being. So we're out of combat. We're also 3 hours into the session. So we should probably wrap here before we start another one, and we can finish exploring the cave in the next session. And I can add a hell of a lot more things to the map here.
Well,
Alright, the next session is in 20 minutes. Get ready, guys.
alright, guys, I'm ready.
Everyone mark 75 experience so far for the first encounter with the goblins at the road. The ambush is 75 experience. For the 3 of you, Yes. Yeah. Everyone gets 75 experience each. For the three of you that posted introductions, so that's going to be Andrew, Sarbin, or I'm sorry, Anthony, Sarbin, and Layla. Add yourself an additional 50 experience.
Boo.
Yeah. I love that shit. It will be rewarded, I promise.
Prepare for
Level 2 is at
50
300 experience. So all of you, regardless, should probably be level 2 by the end of the next session. Or it's
Do I
like
get any experience for any of the other fights?
for this specific, what we'll do is we'll total up the entire cave at the end of it and award it all at once. Because you don't generally level up if you're not doing a long rest or in between sessions. Anyway, and since we're not leveling up, we just won't count it yet.
By any chance, will we be taking a short rest here? Or is that something that we need to decide?
Oh, that is something that you guys would... well, you can certainly decide that now. But is everyone familiar with short rest? And we're gonna go over it anyway.
That's like 10 minutes, right?
30 to an hour, I think.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
So let's see. A short rest is a period of downtime at least 1 hour long, during which the character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds. A character can spend one or more hit dice at the end of a short rest, up to the character's maximum number of hit dice, which is equal to the character's level. For each hit die spent in this way, the player rolls the die and adds their character's Constitution modifier to it. The character regains hit points equal to that total. The player can decide to spend additional hit die after each roll. The character regains some hit dice upon finishing a long rest, explained below. So, if let's take stock of something, and this is something that planning rests and when you're actually going to get them is something that is often overlooked, and I promise I won't overlook it. If you rest here, where are we first? What do we know about this place?
Well, it's probably not friendly.
Very good. So if you say, I want to sit here for an hour, if you don't think I'm going to fuck with you, you are wrong. I will climb all up in that shit. So that said, plan your rests. So obviously you can't always do that. Now, retreating from the cave and doing a rest is absolutely viable. Go back out into the woods, hide somewhere, set up camp, do a long rest. I don't care. But if you leave this area, consider the things that might happen while you're gone. So you don't know what exactly is here. Chances are if you left and took a long rest, for example, long rest is 8 hours. All right, so you guys leave, you take a long rest. You think these wolves might be missed if there's something else here? They're chained up. Obviously, something probably takes care of them. They're not dead or emaciated. So chances are something's going to find them. They're going to know someone was here. Those are the kind of things you want to be thinking about when you decide on a rest. You could come back, and it's a hell of a lot harder. Or everything has left. They've all fled because they're afraid of you. So consider those things when you pick a rest. That said, if you guys want to, go right ahead.
Well, we're all good, right? I mean, nobody's hurting.
Z is at half health. 8 hit points total, 4 hit points left.
She's not really important though, so.
Well, that's also...
Oh!
Whoa. Sorry, as an
I
accident.
mean,
It's up to you guys. I was just
I like
saying
to see
because short rest, I get a spell slot back because I'm a wizard. I'm cool.
Wait a second.
So yeah,
I still
it's up to you guys.
Spells back after a long rest, right?
Yep. So let's see. Long rest. Long rest is a period of extended downtime, at least 8 hours, during which character sleeps or performs light activity, reading, talking, eating, standing watch for no more than 2 hours. If the rest is interrupted by a period of strenuous activity, at least 1 hour of walking, fighting, casting spells, or similar adventuring activity, the characters must begin the rest again to gain any benefit from it. So if something jumps you, assuming it's a quick something, you can go ahead and get it taken care of. If it's an hour or more, you've got to kind of do your rest again. At the end of a long rest, a character regains all lost hit points, so that's without expending any hit dice. The character also regains spent hit dice up to the number of dice equal to half the character's total number of them. Maximum of one hit dice. Minimum of one hit dice. So, you guys are level 1. You have 1 hit dice. At the end of a long rest, you regain half of that, so 0.5, rounded up 1. So at the end of a long rest, you gain your 1 hit dice back. If you're level 2 and you have expended both of your hit dice, after a long rest, you only get 1 back. You have to long rest twice to get both. So it's not like a short rest, I spend all my hit dice to heal. Long rest, I get them all back. It takes you time to actually build that pool of dice back. A character can't benefit from a long rest more than once in a 24-hour period. And a character must have at least 1 hit point at the start of a rest to gain its benefits. So if you are dead, you're not well rested if you wake up. If you can't take 8-hour breaks to regain spells and stuff, go cast a bunch of spells, and then sit down for another 8 hours and recoup again. You can only gain the benefits once a day, once every 24 hours. So things like that, again, to consider. Some campaigns take a long rest and they make it a week. During that time, you can do downtime. You can open a shop. You can, do crafting and stuff like that. If that's something that you guys wanted to explore, we can do that. But yeah, run an inn. There you go. There's your RP between sessions. Each session.
Tavern Simulator.
Oh, what a wretched game that would be.
Tavern Simulator.
Tavern
30
Simulator.
BC.
Oh God, no, please no. So, all right, we'll wrap here. This is
really dependent on Z. I mean, is it? I'm sorry. Pronounce your name one more time, please. Is it Zay or Z?
Z.
Okay. Well, this is dependent on Z then. And Anthony.
It really doesn't matter to me. I'll just be more careful if we get in another fight.
If I gave you a mushroom, would it heal you?
Look what it did to that squirrel.
You may be bleeding out, but here's a mushroom.
Anthony, your thoughts?
It honestly doesn't matter. I mean, I can kind of recuperate and but I mean, I'm fine either way. If you guys want to try to get out of here as quickly as possible, we can do that.
We can always set up a long rest and have somebody watch every so often.
Well, we can do a short rest if you guys want to, and do a hit die.
Yeah.
Then
Let's do a short rest over.
Let's do that.
Over here.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's I do not believe we should do it in the Goblin camp. What if another shows up? But where our mules are.
Oh yeah, where are they?
They're back there somewhere. I don't know.
Back in the woods. Cool. All right. So kind of retreat back. You guys can still, keep watch. Someone can still watch the entrance of the cave.
Wait, what was their name?
Duke and Dolly.
What up, Duke? How you doing? And I just kind of ignore Dolly completely.
She is such a hoe.
Dolly's a
oh
bitch.
My God, fucking Dolly.
I will take first watch then. I don't need to rest. I mean, I know it's
We're
just going to
resting
be
for 20 minutes. I don't think it's.
It's an hour, but yeah. I mean, yeah. One of you is fine to take the full watch, especially if you don't need to actually regain anything.
Well, then, in that case, can I pretty much sit like right here and keep watch inside the cave?
Yeah, you certainly can. Now, because you're keeping watch, keep in mind something could happen if something comes down there. You know, something you
Never mind.
want to consider. Yeah, there may be like, oh, surprise! It's before our next session, and you're being attacked. Ah. That's good. That if you're healing, you rolled max on your hit die, so I mean you're back up to full hit points. You're back up to 8. Hit dice won't ever get you, and that's also, keep in mind, after the short rest. So you're getting those 4 hit die. I'm sorry, those 4 hit points back. You're up to full, but now you have expended your hit dice. You don't have any more until you do a long rest. Which I'm sure by the end of this, everyone will kind of be in the same boat.
Alright.
Cool. All right. I'm going to stop the recording.